Hey, good morning, everybody. How you doing out there? Where are you? How are you? Get some difficulty. They, I guess you can have certain possible events so that they block you. So if you guys can hear me out there, I'm back. You guys hear my voice. How's it? Please share this live. Share this, please, you guys. I'm going to go live a little bit louder on my voice. You guys, we're going to skip this damn countdown. We're going to go right to the show. But you guys understand something. They do not want us to have this conversation. They have blocked us 4 times, 1 minute in delay, which means they're listening to what we say. They don't know if we're going to be blocked or not. So anyway, we're here. We're ready to go. So you guys, let's get the intro. Let's get the show started, you guys. I sound fantastic. You guys, we're getting into this. We got your questions. And in that time, we got a few more questions from you guys as well. So you guys, we're getting all of them today. We're going to have this conversation, brother. All right, you guys, let's do the show intro.
Success is for everyone. You're special. You're live on the set with Kareem Jackson. Kareem Jackson is here. Turn your dreams into reality. Remember, baby, success is for everyone. Live on the set. New shows weekly.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Hey, I'm right in the door. I'm almost in there. You guys, at the end of the day, hey, you guys, it's Kareem Jackson. You are live on the set. I'm happy to be here in the studio. Hope you guys are all woke this fucking morning, you guys. Thank you. Why many black men love Donald Trump, a real conversation. You guys, we getting into this. Get your drinks, y'all, because you'll be mad as a motherfucker tonight. This is a good, you asked me this. So in this episode, we're diving deep into a provocative topic, you guys, that is often overlooked and misunderstood. Why do many black men, not all, but many black men resonate with Donald Trump? What the fuck is that? And the Republican Party, you guys, this party they got more support from black folks than they've ever had before. We're not just talking about the man, Trump, but what he represents. And for many black men, you guys, y'all, stop scrolling. For many black men, Trump is the epitome of the white men they've dealt with for centuries. Privileged, mediocre, racist, powerful, wealthy, whatever the fuck you want to call him. But here's the twist. While the world is freaking the fuck out about him, many black men are saying, we've seen this movie before. So let's unpack this today in this episode right now. Okay. DEI diversity. You guys, equity and inclusion. Programs like this are phenomenal, you guys. When it comes down to it, you guys, thanks, you guys. Liquorexpress.ph. Grab this, you guys. You guys, folks, suddenly everyone wants to pay attention to us. Everyone cares about black folks. It's crazy, y'all. Come on over here. Let's sit up. Let's have this conversation. Because I want to tell you right now today, the reality is that for black men, Trump isn't an outlier. He's not, it's not really like that. Trump is no. We're navigating this together because today, the main points of this discussion, Trump as the standard white archetype, for example, this archetype, big words, y'all. Many black men like myself recognize Trump because we're faced with white men just like him all of our lives. His arrogance, the wealth, the blatant racism, all of those things, we're used to that. But black men, we see Trump as a reflection of how power and privilege, I'm sorry, but I have to say, it's worked in America forever like this. White men, you fucking know this shit. The Republican Party's appeal, what they appeal to right now, you guys, if you are frustrated and you're wondering why black men, don't judge the black men, but you're wondering why. The modern today Republican Party, especially under Trump, has been unapologetic. His approach to no sugarcoating. You know the Trump Party, this is not the Republicans like when I joined shit. Some black men respect the straightforwardness though, even if they're not Republicans. Even if they don't agree with his policies, they like the motherfucker ain't talking shit. The motherfucker can relate because historically the Republican Party was not always what it is today. But under Trump, it's seen a shift that we've all fucking seen. And it's intrigued and attracted more black men than ever because it's real. These is white folks. This is Dukes and Hazzard shit. And black men, relationship and power structures. Okay, for centuries, you guys, black men, we have seen this. We've had to navigate and survive in the systems controlled by these guys like Trump. So whether you're white, black, female, whatever the fuck you are, we've had to deal with this. You just didn't believe us, but now you see it. Now you see Trump's presidency didn't shock many black men. We weren't shocked. It just put a spotlight on what has always been a reality for us. DEI and corporate tokenism shit. We've been tokens. We the motherfuckers. That's us. So Trump didn't shock us. DEI initiatives in the corporate world show that companies are now finally ready to address the systemic inequalities black men have spoken about for decades. Guys like me, my dad picketed to get construction jobs in California, y'all. This is real for us. I got 5 bullet holes in my body. Real for us. But why did it take a Donald Trump moment for companies to wake up? Why? For black men like me, it feels like it's been an ongoing battle for as long as I've been in America as a black business person for decades. Trump's brassness and relatability, it woke y'all motherfuckers up. Some black men admire Trump's boldness, you guys, whether you like it or not. While they might disagree with the views, they see his brash attitude as relatable. He's been to jail too, y'all. He done been bankrupt too, y'all. The racist thing is normal for us. So Trump doesn't hide who he is, which is something many black men respect. He's a reflection of the reality they've always dealt with. And in the strange way, the honesty resonates. I'm sorry, if it resonates, niggas, it resonates. Power and wealth dynamics resonate. Trump represents, you guys, the power structure that black men, me, we have been forced to navigate in this shit. Y'all was at home. Y'all didn't see what was going through at them jobs, being the first like this, the first like that, throughout the whole American history. Because in some ways, black men like me, the relationship with Trump is about survival, understanding the game, and recognizing the players. Trump is an outsider with white folks too. Trump was that geeky ass white kid that was cool with all the niggas and all the nerds. That was him. Because I'm gonna tell you this. At the end, you guys, I'm gonna get into this. The closing thoughts thing. At the end of this episode, I'm gonna break it down. I'll be endorsing and dismantling anybody, anyone who doesn't want to understand the complex relationship between black men, power, and politics. And that's why we liking Trump. For many black men, Trump, you guys, you hate it or not, he represents a long-standing reality of white male dominance in America, and dominance that most black men have been forced to deal with and be contented with every day at the office or in business. Now that you guys are beginning, you're finally beginning to see what black men, we've been experiencing this shit for centuries. The conversation is evolving now. Now you want to be part of it now. Now you care now. Now you want to know what we're thinking about now. But let's keep this conversation going. Why do you think that many black men resonate with Trump? Why do you think that the modern Republican movement, whatever the fuck you want to call it, movement is clicking with more and more black people? Okay, anyway, grab your snacks, grab your cocktails, grab your coffee, grab whatever. Go to liquorexpress.ph, you guys. Okay. You guys go to liquorexpress.ph, you guys, and grab some cocktails. Because you asked this question to Kareem Jackson, Kareem Antonio, Kareem asked Kareem, and I'm going to answer this motherfucking question. You want to know why black folks are resonating? You want to know why black men are resonating? I'm going to get into it. I'm going to tell you about this. So grab a snack, grab a cocktail, grab a coffee, whatever you're going to get, and come right on back, because this episode is going to be fire. Grab a snack, come on back, you guys.
Time, people, you're live on the set with Kareem Jackson. Go grab a snack and come on back. Time, people, you're live on the set with Kareem Jackson. Go grab a snack and come on back.
all-new Mitsubishi X-Force. Be the force.
Drive your ambition. Mitsubishi Motors.
In the Philippines, baby. Black Wellness, you guys, Freedom Blend. If you guys are one of those amazing Ultimate Philippines affiliates, you guys, you want to be a brand ambassador, hit me up because Black Wellness Freedom Blend is available. It's hazelnut, it's goodness, it's beautiful, all natural, all wonderful, Philippine farmed, hand roasted, hand picked. Okay, you guys, this coffee is to die. It strains completely easy. In this strainer that I use every day here at the studio, y'all, I apologize, but I use my little strainer. I'm saving the environment. I don't waste paper, y'all. This is hand ground, hand roasted goodness. It's healthy, you guys. It strains so easy. It's so smooth. You can drink it black like it's supposed to be. That's the healthiest way for you to boost your immune system, to boost your semen, to boost all your great antioxidants. But I like a little bit of sugar. And when you use sugar, people, use raw sugar and use real cream, not brown sugar, white cancer sugar. And if you need some more like me, grab raw sugar. You know the coffee's good when it blends so easy, when it mixes all together so easy like this. That's how you know it's real. It's not synthetic, okay? Grab you some of this, you guys. Health is a big deal, and we're proud to be available in the Philippines nationwide. Some of this wellness in every single drop, y'all. This is it, available in the Philippines, you guys. You know it's good, baby. But get you some of this Black Wellness Blend, you guys, nationwide in the Philippines. Celebrating Black History Month, you guys, a Freedom Blend celebration, now available nationwide in the Philippines. Get you some hand-picked, all-natural, organic hazelnut, baby.
Three, two, one. We are live. Hello, world. Success is for everyone, baby. You're live on the set with Kareem Jackson. Yes, let's go.
Hey, you guys, hope you're back here. I'm glad that you guys are back. Hope you guys enjoyed that break right there with you real quick, this break, before we get into this heavy ass topic. Make sure that you guys hydrate. You guys know that we've got our own water here at the studio now. We're doing that because I am trying to make sure that we don't just promote alcohol here, that we got our own coffee, wellness. Black Wellness is amazing. We got a great spot with Ron. He came to the studio and did a great spot for us. We'll play that later. We do have your Trump, your Kamala Harris favorite commercials. We're gonna play those. But I'll tell you something really quick, you guys, when it comes down to it. This is a hot topic. This is heavy. Very heavy for you guys. I want you guys to understand that when we get into this whole situation, when we kind of sit up here and we say, okay, this is what we want to do. This is how we want to do it. And you know that if maybe you do not know, if you're just here for the first time, you're just tuning in, you guys, Kareem Jackson live on the set. I help woke entrepreneurs, you guys, gain their freedom. Been doing this 25 years, and we've been had this political show for a while. And of course, since we're about, I don't know, was it 6 weeks, something like that from, oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Thank you, brother. Since we're about 6 weeks from the election in the United States, and then there's about 10 million of us expats out here in the world, the expat world, and about 500,000 of you guys waiting for your passports in America. Politics is a hot part of our show. The how-to stuff, the business stuff, the website stuff, the app stuff, everybody's trying to figure out who to vote for. And for a long time, we were one of those, and we were undecided. And so now we were pushing the whole thing. If you've been following us, about how we were like Trump, Biden, the couch was kind of where we were leaning towards. We're like, hey, I'm just tired of it. But then now we've went ahead and things have changed, because now with Kamala Harris, there's a new invigoration, there's a new inspiration. Because whether you think she's black, whether you think she's blackish, whether you think she's whatever, she is a woman. That's a good thing. Republicans could have done the same thing. They could have put a woman out there and changed the game for them, but they didn't. And the truth of it is, a lot of us, especially black men, we're frustrated with the white old dude thing. Regardless of whether you like Trump or not, you like Trump, Republican or Democrat, we're tired of the old white man thing. We're more of the traditionalist where we understand that we like the white guy in the office. But at the end of the day, we weren't really down with that. So this episode, you guys have been really directed us. We want to answer questions why many black men are rocking with Donald Trump right now. Why it's why this is a conversation. Why it's important. And we got some stuff to show you, some samples to show you. We're going to get into this. And mainly, this is a question and answer. So you guys have already some of your questions in this episode, you guys. We're going to really dive deep into it. We're going to get into the whole situation, the whole provocative topic that you guys have not been wanting. You saw they blocked us twice on YouTube and Facebook, you guys. So I'm glad to be able to have this conversation because often everything is misunderstood. So why do many black men, you guys think, resonate with Donald Trump? What is that about? And mind you, Donald Trump and the Republican Party, it's a whole thing. This is more than ever before. And so I'm drinking my cocktails from Liquid Express earlier, so, I got to go ahead and get some water, y'all. Put that topic down that we got. I see it. You guys, this is it today. Because you guys are wondering what Trump has done, what represents him. For many black people, Trump in the whole circumstance of the whole thing, because he was Democrat before, now he's Republican. So they kind of follow Trump around, actually. The privilege, the mediocrity, to be honest, the racism, the pervertedness, and all that wealthy shit, they're used to it. Many black men, if you've been in business, construction workers or whatever, you're used to it. Because here's the twist on it. When it comes down to the whole situation, the world is freaking out about him. They really are, because many black men are saying we're rocking with Trump. We've seen this before. We're used to this guy. You joke about it, but they do relate to him. Not that they relate to him because he went to jail, but they know that he relates to us because he done been in jail. He done been chased. It's the other perspective. So let's unpack this today, you guys. Good questions in here. The DEI situation, diversity, equity, and inclusion, all these programs, they've shown us what we really already knew. The situation has now put a whole light on it and showed how it's affecting everyone now, not just blacks anymore. Because all of a sudden, everybody wants to pay attention to it. Everybody wants to be part of it. But we've seen this for a long time. So the real reality is that for many black men like myself, and I'm not talking about Trump this time, but I do relate to the Republican Party. I've been a Republican for over 20 years, before Trump was. Trump isn't a situation where we don't understand. He's normal for us. We're used to those types of white guys. We're used to navigating around them. We can look through the stuff because the main points for this whole discussion today have pretty much centered around Trump as the standard white man prototype. There's nothing shocking. So many black guys, I'm telling you out there, you may not believe this or not, but you've seen the press and you see the uproars now between Janet Jackson, what she said. Trump, because we relate to him, because he's a white man that's just like every one of them, these are the white guys that have shaped these black guys' lives. His arrogance, his wealth, his blatant racism or blatant discrimination or blatant opinions on black men, on minorities, as it's kind of reflection of the white privilege that we've all worked with in America to succeed. If you see black men that have succeeded in business, especially in corporate, they've dealt with this forever. They're the first black guys. So Republicans Party, the appeal is not necessarily Trump or the Republicans. It's just that they're used to it. The modern Republican Party, not the one that I joined, but the modern Republican Party, especially right now with Trump, has been unapologetic in their approach to, and they no sugarcoating shit. And black folks, we relate to that. Give it to me straight. Give it to me. Because some black men respect the straightforwardness. Even if they don't like or agree with what you're saying or the political policies, they like being told, fuck you, nigga, or niggas allowed, or no blacks allowed, or minority supplier, or we want to know. Because historically, if you look at the UK, it's kind of silent. The Republican Party wasn't always what it is today. We know this. But under Trump, it's seeing kind of a shift that has resonated and attracted a new type of men from the black community and Mexican community too, Latin communities too, you guys. Black men specifically, our relationship with power and structure is what you're seeing us relate to. That's what it is. So we're going to get into this. I got your questions lined up, you guys, because I'm going to tell you something. This is not new. For centuries, you guys, black men like myself, we have navigated within and had to survive and succeed and feed our families in systems controlled by men who think like Trump. Trump's presidency, right? It doesn't shock any of us. Many of black men like myself, we've seen this sort of thing. It just put a spotlight on what we've always known is the fucking reality. So DEI, for example, a lot of you newbies out there, we've been doing DEI for a long time. DEI and corporate like tokenism shit, DEI initiatives and minority suppliers in corporate America, all that world, all that shows you is that companies are now finally trying to address the systemic inadequacies that black men have dealt with and spoken on and fought against for decades. You're just now seeing it, and women are just now in the workplace, and now they're seeing it and they're making change. But why did it take Trump, a Trump moment, for corporate America to wake up? To be honest, for black men, we feel like it's an ongoing situation that we have been tired of and we've been shouting about for years. And so it's a little bit frustrating. It's a little bit frustrating. Trump's brassness, for example, is kind of his relatability because we're used to it. Usually we've been the spook by the door. We knew the guy was a racist, but he liked us. So some black men out here admire Trump's boldness. Some men, before he was president, Trump was bold. He was admired. He was already popular. You can't deny it. So while they might argue with the views of the black men or the views of him, his attitude is relatable to most people. Trump doesn't hide who he is. At least they feel like it. He's something many black men respect. I'm just saying. And they can reflect on what he really feels about them, what he always has dealt with, how he's always been. Because in a strange way, it resonates. And now Trump, I think, is getting more of the black experience than what people in the media and the mass media want to admit. He's been targeted like they target us. I'm just saying. He's been shot at. He done been booked. So Trump, I believe, is the one who's changing. Trump is the one who is drawing the connections. He doesn't even know he's probably doing this, but he's now getting the experience a lot of niggas have gotten. And that's the relatability. So when it comes down to this whole situation, whether you want to admit it or whether you don't want to admit it, whatever you want to do, the relatability is that we like masculine figures. We're already used to racist guys. When we look at Trump and when we look at Biden, for example, we saw the same things. And back in the day, they were from the same cloth. So this episode, you guys, we're all into this. We wanted to go back and forth. I want to answer these questions, you guys, because people out there, I want to ask about why are so many black people, why are they endorsing Trump? Why are they supporting him? I'm just asking because I want to understand this is a really complex relationship between black men, power, and politics. There's a big relationship. Everyone loves Lincoln, but until he freed the slaves, he had slaves. So for many black men, Trump represents a really long-standing, especially black men in business like myself, a long-standing reality of white male dominance in America. I'm sorry. A dominance, for example, that they have been forced to contend with their entire careers. And now that We're finally figuring it out, and the Trump is bringing it to the light for you all to see how they talk. Entrepreneurs, business owners, black people all over the country have been going through this. We've been the spook by the door when Trump would say things, or white guys would say things like grab him by the pussy, or fuck that nigga, or niggas over here, or predators, or criminals, or thugs, or so let's keep it real, you guys. Why do you think many black men out there really, really, really resonate with Trump and the whole modern Republican movement? I want to hear about it. I know it's a little late if you're in America right now, but there's 10 million of us out here in America. There's 10 million of us out here, you guys, from the United States alone, out in the world that can vote. There's 250,000 of us right here in the Philippines who are living in the Philippines, not traveling, not on vacation. 250,000 that can vote. That's a city. We are the new swing vote. And I'll tell you this. I work with the Republicans International, the Republican Party of expats or whatnot. I work with Democrats abroad, the Democratic version of the expat Democratic Party. And I'll tell you, you see this billion that Kamala's raised. I know that in the Philippines, those two organizations, they might have $1,000 between the two of them. They don't support. So when you see folks like Janet Jackson, when you see the things that she said about Kamala, her being black, and I don't know, we have videos on that? That's what it is, right? I'm gonna keep talking, you guys. We're gonna do these questions, and hopefully my guys are gonna get caught up with me out there. Poor Jamal woke up this morning and he was bombarded with tons of editing to do and things like that. So I'm glad he's working with this. But you guys, while a lot of black folks easily divide and attack the queen, Janet Jackson, you guys. If Janet Jackson is not sure if she's black, instead of you realizing, no. This is someone who should know. And if she doesn't know, and mind you, then to criticize her like D.L. Hughley did about she's talking through a white girl's nose. First of all, her nose doesn't look like any white girl that I know. I don't know what the nose is supposed to be. I'm a Jackson, you know, so you see our nose. We all got the same fucking nose, no matter how close or far apart we are. We got the same fucking nose. But I'm saying, but a lot of women have BBLs. A lot of women have no job. White women have gotten their lips done. That's a stupid ass comment. And it's very disrespectful that you will go against a for sure black woman to defend a questionable black woman. And I understand what they're talking about. I said this in the show recently with when I was here with my guest David Youngblood was here. I was like, I'm cool. We call black people black all the time. I've got teams here that are black, Filipinos. But when we say, when it comes to the president, that is she black? One, we're giving her that title. She's mixed. When I was younger, back in the day, they liked being called mulatto. They like being called mixed, all those things. And yes, she's Indian. Her mother is a dark-skinned, brown-skinned Indian, using Kamala's own words. And her dad is also kind of a light-skinned Jamaican. He does not look like the Jamaicans you're thinking about. So, of course, the question is black. Remember, we're not really black either. We're brown. And we give this word out loosely. But what Janet was saying, and I understand, is that she flip-flops. You saw Trump said the same situation. It's a thing. Remember, she's been in politics a long time. The same as Trump used to be a Democrat. He cannot deny they used to be a Democrat. He flipped to Republicans. He has to explain it. He's a Republican now. And it's not so much that I think that we're questioning the blackness of Kamala Harris. I think that people like me, dark-skinned, black-ass people, not a little bit light, not red bone, not light skin. My family is very mixed, from white Creole to darker than me. My grandmother was dark. Shout out to Grandma Jackson. Grandpa Jackson, to be honest, looked like Kamala's father. Even though he was black from Kansas City, but he was black, light-skinned, very good-looking guy with blue eyes. And none of us got fucking blue eyes. None of us have blue fucking eyes. I don't know what. So What we're saying is, okay, we'll let you give her this title. We do it all the time. You call Mariah Carey black? Okay, that's fine. You call Obama black? That's fine. But I think that we all need to be honest real quick if we're listening to this right now, black folks. We want to know when you gonna give us a real nigga though. That's all we're saying. When are you going to give us a real, undeniable nigga or nigra in the White House? President, vice president, you know exactly what I'm talking about too. And I don't even mean they got to be descendants of slaves, but a real black person, blackity, black person. And if they could be a descendant of slaves, which we call ourselves blacks, because around the world, they ain't calling themselves niggas and shit. They don't do that. They might be black, but they ain't coming around. When you gonna give us a nigga or a negra in the White House? That's what she's saying. Someone that we grew up with, that we know has the experience of a black person. Now, let me say this in my defense before you guys come for me. I'm getting to the question segment. We got to pay some more bills real quick. I'll get to your questions here in a second. I see you guys here. The reason why we want that is because we do feel a little disenfranchised by Barack Obama. Many people do. I'm not saying you do. I'm not saying I do. I'm happy with what happened. Black, fine. And he was a great example of black. Now, his wife was black. His babies is black. So he went the other direction. He didn't get a white wife. Kamala has a white wife. She has a light-skinned Jamaican dad. She has a brown-skinned Indian mom. And she got a white dude. So she gonna lighten that whole, her kids, it ain't gonna be black no more. So she's the first black president. Okay, but in 2 generations, ain't gonna be no black babies in her family. So you know what we're talking about. And this is okay. We'll take it. The same as she's a woman. We'll take it. Because it's the same as Tripoli, Indians should be proud. And if you notice, a lot of Indian shit been popping up on your feed. Indian news, Indian opinions. The Indians even talked about the shooting the other day. Remember we played that last night? We had a video from the Indians talking about the damn shooting. Even the end. So you see, the benefit is Kamala is more of the future of America than black or white. The future is mixed. That's the future. Eventually, when we get done arguing black folks and white folks, we gonna both be minorities. Both of us motherfuckers are gonna be minorities. Everybody's gonna be mixed. But what Janet is saying, and I'm telling you my same thing, I want to see a black dude or a black woman that knows exactly what the hell we went through, the reason why we left the States, the reason why we get our passports, the reason why we go through these things. Because any of us that have mixed families out there, you know that we are either families where, like myself, that you took them out of the element like 8 years old, like my parents took me out and put me in private school in Nigeria, you guys. You know why we get out of the element. So when you meet folks like Kamala or even like Barack Obama, you know exactly what it means to be out of the element. Now, what you're seeing is that it's hard as hell for a blackity black ass man or a blackity black ass woman to get in that damn White House. Legitimately, it's hard. Our experience holds us back sometimes, I'm sure. We're bitter, we're frustrated, we know the truth. We don't need DEI, we don't need critical race theory, we don't need none of that. I can tell you exactly what the fuck happened to me. I can tell you how I saw my father picketing for construction jobs in San Diego at San Diego State and for the government, for University Avenue. I was there when they picketed. I know what it's like to be frustrated as hell because you want that black contract, that black deal, that black whatever support. But instead of you getting a blood test to prove that you're black, to get black dollars, to get minority supplier contracts, to get diversity, equity, and inclusion deals. They want 3 years bank statements. What's that got to do with being black? Whereas the white guys that I have partnered with, that have been partners of mine, can open a corporation tomorrow and have a contract for the deal today. We know it. And then they're going to hire us to do the work, right? And then we can't afford insurance. We can't afford mobilization fees. So then we got to go get loans from the Better Business Bureau and pay them interest, or get shark loans to do that. So it's frustrating. And a lot of other people, thank God, my godson, my cousins, my nephews, my nieces, they don't know nothing about that shit. So that's a blessing. I'm glad that Kamala Harris doesn't know anything about that shit. So whether she's black or not, as a woman, she has to go through certain things. She can really relate to women. Oh yeah, she can relate to women because she's a minority woman. No matter what, brown, black, yellow, she know exactly, her in the room with them white girls, she dealing with the same thing as black men do with white guys. Let's not get it twisted. So she knows that. She just also knows she ain't blackity, black, but she can see how the blackity, black girls are treated. And obviously she did lean more towards the sisters. She's like a saucy, safe black girl for the white guy at home that probably carries her purse every goddamn where. Nothing against Filipinos who carry their wives' purses. But you know, it's a little different when you're in America, y'all. He's a white simp. I mean, I've never seen a husband, anyway, I'm a gay person, but I've never seen a husband pander to the gay community like he does. He's a simp, but it's great for her. So we got to be honest. So you guys, let's pay some bills, Julius, real quick. Got a commercial break really quick, you guys. I want you guys to go to philippinesmagazine.com, you guys, grab some of our wellness coffee. But this commercial, we're going to play that for them? Okay, grab a snack, you guys. Come right on back, and I'm getting right to Ask Kareem. I got your questions up next, you guys. They are right here. Let me study. But you guys, grab a snack and come right on back. I'm getting right to your questions. I know you're waiting for me. And put that link in the comments, you guys. If you guys want to call in live right now, you can. Otherwise, those of you, I got your questions. You email them to me. Thanks a bunch, you guys. Let's pay some bills, baby. Let's pay some bills. Some of that black.
Good time, people. You're live on the set with Kareem Jackson. Go grab a snack and come on back.
Philippines, baby. Black Wellness, you guys, Freedom Blend. If you guys are one of those amazing Ultimate Philippines affiliates, you guys, you want to be a brand ambassador, hit me up because Black Wellness Freedom Blend is available. It's hazelnut, it's goodness, it's beautiful, all natural, all wonderful, Philippine farmed, hand roasted, hand picked. Okay, you guys, this coffee is to die. It strains completely easy. In this strainer that I use every day here at the studio, y'all, I apologize, but I use my little strainer. I'm saving the environment. I don't waste paper, y'all. This is hand ground, hand roasted goodness. It's healthy, you guys. It strains so easy. It's so smooth. You can drink it black like it's supposed to be. That's the healthiest way for you to boost your immune system, to boost your semen, to boost all your great antioxidants. But I like a little bit of sugar. And when you use sugar, people, use raw sugar and use real cream, not brown sugar, white cancer sugar. And if you need some more like me, grab raw sugar. You know the coffee's good when it blends so easy, when it mixes all together so easy like this. That's how you know it's real. It's not synthetic, okay? Grab you some of this, you guys. Health is a big deal, and we're proud to be available in the Philippines nationwide. Some of this wellness in every single drop, y'all. This is it, available in the Philippines, you guys. You know it's good, baby. But get you some of this Black Wellness Blend, you guys, nationwide in the Philippines. Celebrating Black History Month, you guys, a Freedom Blend celebration, now available nationwide in the Philippines. Get you some hand-picked, all-natural, organic hazelnut, baby.
Three, two, one. We are live. Hello, world. Success is for everyone, baby. You're live on the set with Kareem Jackson. Yes, let's go.
Okay, you guys, welcome back. You guys, I'm going to just pay a couple bills. You guys, I remind you to get your Black Wellness coffee, get your health out there, support the first Black Filipino brand of coffee, and available nationwide in the Philippines. You guys, PhilippinesMagazine.com. Get healthy. One thing that we've learned through this whole situation is in America, the food is fake. We're talking about that next week, you guys. We got a whole episode about food and how it's fake and how it's terrible. And one of those great reasons why folks are leaving America and trying to look for health. And a lot of the folks that we had come on our trips, they're now looking for condos and houses and relationships in the Philippines. So, you guys, who we got? Julius? Who's first on this questions here, you guys? Questions, by the way, you guys. I don't have my cheat sheet they usually have, by the way, because we started the show early today, believe it or not. But I hope to not be shocked by your questions. Usually I get a little sneak peek, but I haven't gotten it.
First question is from Marcus Lewis.
Thank you, brother Marcos. Where's Marcos from? Did they say where he's from?
Detroit,
Okay.
USA.
USA, baby. These are political questions, you guys. So I got you. It's like he's, what is that? Independent. Okay. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, Julius.
The question is, how do black men reconcile supporting a party often seen as ignoring or harming black communities?
Well, let's remember that the Republicans did free the slaves. If you're talking about Republicans, now, of course, you didn't say what party. You said you're independent, so I don't know which party you're actually talking about. The Democrats, you know what? Because I know David might be listening. I don't want you to get too mad at me, David. Let me answer your question. You're independent. I see this on the screen. Let me answer both sides. One is the Republicans freed the slaves. We know that Lincoln, all that great stuff. A lot of blacks were Republicans first. So historically, yeah, it's kind of confusing. Trump used to be a Democrat. When I became a Republican, Trump, Oprah, all these folks that I felt did not help black entrepreneurs do shit were all Democrats. And by coincidence, not by pushing, not by rally, by coincidence, all of the folks throughout my young, like 18, 20, 25-year-old career that helped me, like the classes, the Kauffman Foundation, their fast track business program. I was a golden poster child for them. They're Republican, right? The Better Business Bureau. I'm not sure what they are now. But back in the day, a lot of those SCORE consultants, and I was a SCORE National Entrepreneur of the Year. I think one of the first black ones nominated. I didn't win, but I was nominated. Was Republican leading. The Better Business Bureau. They never gave me a fucking dime, but they did help me with researching questions and computers back in the day and let me use their office space back in the day. Lean Republican. And they didn't tell me this stuff. I just kind of noticed it over years of being in business. So how do we support a party that has historically, let me say this, and this is how I feel on this, and I know that it's not popular, but I just, from traveling the world, living abroad, having my passport at 8 years old, I know that we give Democrats a lot of credit because they help us, drink from water fountains. They help us do all these things and get these rights and all this stuff. And I understand that. And if you want to chime in here, you can. I can look at the comments. I can't see everything, but I can see Facebook. If you're on Facebook, I'm looking there now. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you're watching. Ian, John, Mark, John, Jamal, glad you're watching as well. You guys, I live in the Philippines right now, as you guys know. I've been living in the Philippines for quite some time. I go back and forth. I just brought my mom here. I just go back and forth. I've also lived in Nigeria, Africa, if you don't know where the fuck that is. I've lived in Mexico. I've lived in Canada. You see what I'm getting at? I've been to Paris. I've been to France. I've been to Italy. I've been to okay. Most countries, you don't get credit for giving people basic human rights shit. I just have never understood. I understand what you're saying with Democrats. I get the defense, and I believe it's a divide and conquer tactic. There is no Filipino that would say to me, I voted for President Marcos or President Duterte or President, Aquino because he let Filipinos drink from water fountains. There'd be no Filipinos saying, I voted for Duterte because Duterte made it to where all Filipinos can drive a fucking car without getting killed by the police. You don't hear Filipinos say, I voted for this guy or that guy. You don't even, if you talk, you see that we work in our magazine with a lot of Filipino politicians. And I'm definitely nonpartisan, okay? I'm a fucking expat. I don't have shit to say. So I'm friends with everybody. I don't even know what parties they're in. Sometimes situations will come up with events or showcases and speeches that I do or events that I attend, and then I'm reminded very fucking subtly that so and so didn't do this or didn't come or didn't show up because they're different parties. And it literally is a 5-second, other different parties, for real. So I get the support of Democrats. I get it. Philippe, Brother Condit, I'm glad that you're watching. I appreciate you being here, brother, as well. You guys, I don't like that. I don't understand that logic. I understand that the Democrats have made it to where you have affirmative action. I don't hear Filipinos saying they voted for this president because this president allowed brown-skinned Filipinos to work at SM or some shit. They just don't discriminate, and there's human rights. In my country, it's illegal to be poor. You know that, Filipinos? It's fucking illegal. Here, it's not. So it's not that. That's not how. There's no credit for that. Now you're a good president to Filipinos, and then Filipinos like that they've seen the economy or seen this or seen that. Yes, because they're fucking Filipinos. They don't really say I'm a Aita Filipino, I'm a black Filipino, I'm a white Filipino, I'm a Tagalog Filipino, a Bisaya Filipino. They don't really say that. They may say it when you know them because they speak fucking Tagalog or they speak Bisaya. Like, it's obvious, bitch. They may discriminate a little bit, not racism, but they may discriminate against certain situations because we have it in our company because all of us are kind of morenos and shit. We see it a little bit, but it's discrimination. So the reason is I don't agree with giving credit to a party just because they gave us Americans, we are Americans, right? Human rights. Because I feel like that's a false argument. It's a false fight. So if you take out the fact that we should have already been able to eat everywhere and drink the water and go to school and walk anywhere and work anywhere, if you take out all that racist ass bullshit that only happens in America, you guys, nowhere else around the world is that happening. If it happens here, can't no motherfucking foreigners get it. Like me, I live in a gated community. And it says, no motherfucking foreigners can be the president of the gated community. Not niggas, not whites, not Asian ones, no expats. So what can I say? I'm just gonna be the puppet master from the back and do whatever I'm gonna fucking do. But it's not against me. That's how it is out here in these expat streets. Maybe they're discrimination because black men, we have a reputation for some things, but it ain't always bad. We have a reputation for good shit too. So Democrats, if you're watching, that's why. And the reason why I'm asking you like that, because you're an independent, is because I don't really support either party, bro. I'm a Republican because of business. I've been a Republican for over 20 years. I voted the first time for Bush. I didn't vote him the second fucking time, but I'll be very honest. Between Bush and goddamn, I don't remember his name. That's how fucking unmemorable he was. A tall, skinny ass white boy that always wore khakis every goddamn where. I didn't like his energy. I didn't like he was so casual. That's it. And I was curious how the hell did this, just like you're seeing with Trump, you guys complain, but I was curious how the hell did this dumbass kid, Bush, I'm talking about the kid, my generation, not the farmer, the senior, But how did this kid get all this money? How did he do the deal with the Bidens? How does he now a president? I was more like, how the fuck did this idiot do this? Because if he could do it, I want to know. I want to see what the fuck he's going to do. And that's what we saw. And they voted his ass out right after that. So, hey, what can you say? I'll tell you this, even that dummy, you can criticize. He wasn't as harsh as Trump is, but it's kind of the same issue, though. He was underqualified compared to any other minority out there. Kamala Harris is more qualified. I mean, Hillary Clinton's more qualified. I can name a slew of other minorities, Mexicans, Asians in politics are all more qualified than him. But he fucking won. So I don't know what you mean exactly by a Democrat, a party that has always, because remember, the Democrats are fighting for our rights, but they're rights that we should have anyway. So I don't understand who to give credit to. That's all I'm saying. Sorry about that, brother. I'm not asking the question. Lord have mercy. Let's go. Who we got next? Who we got? My goodness, you guys.
Next is from James Richardson.
Hey, James, brother. How are you doing? Where's James from?
He's from Atlanta,
Oh,
USA,
Georgia.
Georgia.
Hey, Georgia. How old is brother James? I know they asked you some questions this time.
42 and
42.
Democrat.
A Democrat. Okay, let's go with this one, you guys. 42
Question
and Democrat.
is, why are some black men turning to Donald Trump despite his controversial stance on race and immigration?
What is that?
Why
Say
are
it again.
some black men turning to Donald Trump despite his controversial stance on race and immigration? James Richardson, 42, Atlanta, Georgia, and a Democrat.
Okay. Um, well, our whole intro was about this, James, but I'm going to break it down for you because you're looking now, and I appreciate it. Brother Jordan, Hidalgo, I appreciate you watching as well. Jordan, thanks for being here, you guys. Let's put that link to the live chat and into the comments, if you don't mind. Put it to the comments so they can grab it. You can put it in YouTube and put it into Facebook, you guys. If you're watching there too, our admins, and you're in the chat group, grab that link so they can go in here live. You can answer questions live. I see that we have more questions coming after this. So we'll keep this going, you guys. I want to answer you guys once and for all. And today's our Friday too, kind of. So, hey. But you guys, like I said before in that in the intro and in the body of this show, I've been in business since I was in high school. I had my first business when I was in sixth grade. My father's an entrepreneur. My grandfather, my grandmother, my great aunt, they're all entrepreneurs. Light skin, dark skin, dark skin, Creole, Muslim, Christian. That's about it for religions in our family, besides me. Got some Buddhists, some Hare Krishnas too. But we deal with the same shit from everybody. So when it comes down to it, black men are leaning towards Donald Trump. Yeah, despite the controversial, because one thing I will say to you guys, and let me talk to the women too here a little bit. Because of diversity, equity, inclusion, which is fucking new. I've been in diversity, equity, and DEI work since I first started my first marketing firm when I don't even know how old I was, 20s. I was the guy that wrote the text, the contact, to design the ad campaigns for the first Cadillac black ad dealer in my hometown. I did the first black, Asian, Latino, in Spanish, and gay ad for Blackwell Sanders in my hometown. It's a big ass law firm. We did the first gay ad for Audi back in the day in my hometown. We did the first. So that was always we were the DEI. Back in the day, DEI, they didn't want you up in there working and shit. We were consultants. We didn't work at that motherfucker. They didn't hire us and shit. They had a contract. They had a subcontract through us. And we had to go through an ad agency to even get that far, or go through a politician, or kiss all kinds of ass, or pay marketing and networking. And once we got in because they needed to communicate with Negroes and gays and minorities and Latinos and Mexicans. And I speak Spanish. I have a very mixed Puerto Rican, Black American family mix of all of that shit. So we got a lot of those deals. So ultimately, if you're over 45 years old and you're black and you're an entrepreneur or executive person in business. Now, no rinky dink ass person, but I mean, you could be an entrepreneur, you could be a plumber, an electrician, you could be any contractor, any vendor. The shit that he does is normal, especially in my field, construction, marketing. Normal. How do you think that a white company asked a black company or a black guy? We never met in the offices, never met in the boardrooms. It was Houston's, it was Capitol Grill, it was someone's house. How do you think they would ask? So, what do we say to Negroes? What do we say? How do you think they would ask these fucking questions? Now they've been trained, they've had decades of consulting, decades of lawsuits and confrontations and getting cussed the fuck out. But how do you think we sat there in our fucking suits? Because back in the day, I wore Harold Pinner suits and shit. I was a nigga, I was wearing Stacey Adams shoes and shit. How do you think we went to the white folks and said, hey, white company, I want you, Trump, for example, or they called us and they said, we want to sell more to the black community. And we have a video. I did not get it right. If I knew this question was here, I would have brought it to you. It's the one that we talked a long time ago, Julius, about selling to the black man. It's a 1950, 60 something commercial, and it's an exact commercial video. And they were giving this to white store owners, white shop owners, telling them how to sell to the Negro. They still called us Negroes back then. So how did you think that they talked to us? So now that you're getting into it, brother, what's his name again? I can't see. James? James, now that you're getting into it at 42, is that what he said? 42? It's new shit to you. They've always done that. They've always done that. This is the best time in history for blacks right now in America. No matter what the fuck you think, no matter what lie they tell you, now at least they know. We were always the spook by the door. If you look at Bojangles, if you look at Roots, our family, my God family, the Haleys, David Haley and Alex, and all, if you're listening, David, shout out to you. There's a new documentary on their stuff. Look up the Roots saga. Roots has some new stuff out there, you guys. Look up the Haleys and Roots. They've always talked like that. You just never were at the level, or they kind of wouldn't let guys like Trump get to the level, or they would put the KKK guys in suits, not white robes, right? But remember, the KKK was a church. I mean, maybe it wasn't a church, but they believed they were doing the work of the Lord. So how do you think that they talk to us? You think I ain't been called a nigga in business before? You think I ain't heard a white guy say grab him by the pussy before? You think that every white dude I know, even today in the Philippines, they all fucking dream of having model women and wives and girlfriends and shit. That's their dream. That's their shit. That's the American white dream, a convertible, a sports car, and a badass bitch half your age. They dream to sports supermodels and models and shit. Many girls become supermodels or models just to find a husband. That's the only reason they even do it, because they want to be beautiful and they want to meet a great guy, and they know that. And as soon as they get married, they quit modeling. They have babies and shit now. Now they're the former Miss some shit. So my point is, Brother James, they've always talked like that, brother. Trump was just the first real self-made billionaire, millionaire, whatever the fuck you want to call him. He's self-made, self-ruined, self-failed, whatever the fuck it is his shit. He didn't get there because of Pepsi or Coke or the Koch family or no. He ain't raised $1 billion. So he was the first one that kind of showed you your ass. But truthfully, the way that he talks, every white dude that I've ever dealt with, and I'm 52, so I've been in business since I was in my teens. That's how they talked about us. And typically, because of the way that I talk, I'm proper and good morning, sir. How are you doing? How would you like your coffee this morning? How would you like your tea? Remember, I was a concierge for the Hyatt Regency concierge level, baby. I was a butler for Judge Margolin. I was a butler for numerous wealthy Jewish, the Langleys. I can name motherfucking names. I've been a butler. I've been all these things in my life. That spook by the door, I hear how they talk about y'all niggas. So for us to answer your question, why are some black men, turning? It's because the way he talks does not surprise us. You just have never been around white motherfuckers with money. You ain't never. I belong to country clubs in Kansas. I've worked as a waiter at country clubs where I can't even be a member. I've had white partners in my life that's family lived on golf courses where I couldn't even join. Me, 52, left the States at 39. So what do you think they talk about? So when I'm the only Negro and we all serving low places and shit, you see all these low racist ass movies. You seen the Green Book, the niggas in the room when he walked out of the country club and he didn't do the last performance. Remember that scene? And all the niggas when he walked out and said fuck y'all, and all the little white guys followed him. All them niggas standing around with tables and trays, looking and being proud. That was me. And I've also been the black guy who walked out. So I think the reason they resonate is because we're used to that rhetoric. We'd rather you say it like that than for you to sit up and be fake about it, like you hear about they are in the UK. You hear about in the UK, they're very diplomatic, but they're just as racist. You hear about it. I've got British friends, and some of them are very racist fuck, and they say shit that I'm shocked that they say. Whereas I've got some, shout out to Miss Helen, who gave me these fabulous glasses for my birthday, these new glasses we got in the studio. Not a racist bone in her body. But I know white guys from Britain that have called their ex-wife, who's Indian, a black bitch. On numerous occasions. You know how divorces are. But when he was getting divorced, they were married. Married. But when they get into the divorce, the black bitch took him for all that goddamn money. That's all I hear. I don't know if he used the N-word or not, but he sure the fuck said black bitch. I know that. So it's not shocking to us, bro. It's not shocking. And we know, to be very honest, the same as racist white dudes know. If it goes down in America, them racist white folks and niggas, they're going to be very happy to have each other. Because even the most racist white motherfuckers, if shit goes down, he knows the niggas are the one to come help and save the motherfucking day. He ain't calling none of y'all motherfucking mixed people, none of y'all Asians, none of y'all Mexicans, nope. They gon' if there's a bomb on the goddamn airplane, white folks is looking for the niggas, believe me, and vice versa. So we know that at the end of the day, despite what he says, when shit goes down in America, he's got American back. He is not. Remember, his kids are just as mixed as Kamala Harris. He's Scottish, talk about Trump. He's Scottish or some shit like that. His kids are, his wife, they're all from some fucking other place, Yugoslavia, some shit like that. So his kids are mixed too. So all I'm trying to say is that it doesn't shock us, bro. To answer your question, it don't shock us. You must have not have been around rich white people, self-made rich white people. I don't mean politicians. I don't mean corporate executives. I mean self-made, rich-ass white millionaire farmers, factory owners, car dealership owners, them white motherfuckers driving their Ford F1, F2, F3, 50s and shit. They cool. They're not bigots maybe, but they sure in the fuck got opinions about everybody. So we're used to it. Sorry, man. I'm giving y'all, because y'all been waiting. I'm giving y'all's answers. Let's go to the next one real quick. Let's get it going. Let's, bullet show. Thank you guys for watching. Share this live, you guys. Who we got next? Who's this?
Next is from Malik Jones.
Who's that?
Malik Jones from Newark, New Jersey, USA.
Oh my God, New Jersey. Okay. Malik.
Okay.
Lord have mercy. Say it again. What's his name? Malik? Malak, what you call him?
Malik.
How you say Kamala Harris?
Malik Jones.
How you say Kamala Harris?
Kamala Harris.
Okay, I was curious. Malik, brother. Okay, New Jersey, brother. How you doing? And he says he's how old again?
47, and he's a Democrat.
Okay, Democratic at 47, but same age, brother. I'm 52. Go ahead.
Question is, how do you justify supporting a candidate who openly courted white supremacist groups?
Are you asking me directly? Because I don't support Trump. Just FYI. But let me just say this. Besides Biden recently, what white candidate has not supported white supremacists in America over these years? Where are you fucking living, bro? Where you? Okay, let me repeat it again because it's worth me repeating again, and I want you to hear it this time. Like I said to the next one, Black Americans have it better now than ever in history. All of America was racist before. They didn't like Chinese. They didn't like Mexicans. They didn't like anybody. They like niggas more than it. Believe me, if it comes down to it, the white folks I know, they may be cool with other people, but they prefer Black American niggas than African niggas, Mexican motherfuckers, real Asians. I don't mean no Amer-Asians. Real motherfuckers from goddamn Cambodia and the Philippines and Laos. They prefer black people. We're just so busy fighting between black and white that we forget there's like 1,000 other motherfuckers out here. So I don't know why we're fighting with each other when we're the dominating race, period, and when it comes down to it. So you should be fucking happy. But let me just answer your question again. They've all been racist, bro. I mean, I've said it before, and I'll reiterate it again because maybe you weren't listening, or maybe your question was already here, obviously, but maybe you didn't hear it because this is your question. But brother, I've dated white partners that's parents was racist as a motherfucker. I'm telling you, men and women, I'm bi. I got a white girl. She almost got pregnant. If you're watching, I'm gonna call you out, Miss Melissa. I'm not gonna say your last name, but ish, white, beautiful, blonde hair, sexy white girl back in high school. Had a car, she had a Trans Am, Julius. I was a freshman, that bitch was a senior. Blonde, bleached hair, she had Rasta nails. This is back in 1989, 87. When her parents found out that well, first of all, we were together. She had her car and all that shit. I used to drive her car around and pick her up and shit. You know, I was in San Diego. I went to high school in San Diego. And this girl got pregnant when her parents, I wasn't there, but she called me. Remember, it's before cell phones and shit. So she called me from a fucking payphone. When they found out that she had a black dude and the bitch was pregnant, they threw that bitch out the house at midnight on a school night. She called me, woke up my family, riding, ain't no cell phone, my whole house. And when you call back in the day, the fucking phone rings, whole house wakes up and shit. Who the fuck's calling at goddamn 1 o'clock in the morning, right? This bitch at a payphone on the side of the street. Her parents threw her out of the house because she was dating a black dude. This is real, people. This is California too. San Diego too. This ain't, now mind you, the Ku Klux Klan, the motherfuckers you're talking about, they're from San Diego. You know that, right? They live about 30 minutes from my house when I was living in San Diego, where she lived. The Grand Poopah, whatever the fuck his name is, lives in Ramona or Miriam, or whatever, right up the hill from us. We lived in Mount Helix. I went to Helix High School, Monte Vista High School. Shout out to you guys. Class of 1990. They threw that bitch out. Dudes, baseball player, dated from Iowa, some shit like that. I couldn't even go to the family that lived on a country club I mentioned before. I couldn't even, we went to visit the family for Christmas, right? To show our relationship and shit. And this motherfucking white person, this motherfucker decides not to tell the family that I'm black before we show the fuck up. You know how you white folks y'all be doing, right? Y'all think that shit's cute. You think it's proper. So we get to the Christmas celebrating. We went there for Thanksgiving, I think. And we were going to stay, for 2 weeks or whatever like that. Hadn't seen the brother and the sisters, and they have kids and nephews and nieces for a long time. We go to the house, and there's this issue that having, and brother Raymond Gross, my co-star back here and Passport Bros, let peace reign. Yes, brother, that's why I'm here in the Philippines. Let peace reign. But this motherfucker, shout out to Marty, who's passed away. Rest in peace, brother Marty. Was older than me. Found out that fucking night that no niggas were allowed at the country club where the family lived on the golf course, like the hole number 8 or some shit, the 8th hole. So I couldn't leave the house. So the whole, it's a country club, right? So the Thanksgiving dinner at the country club, my black ass couldn't even go. And I remember we were all so shocked, and I'm thinking, well, why the fuck would you bring me here, bro? Like, what the fuck is that shit? So we stayed at the house. We didn't go, but the family went to the country club, the banquet hall, whatever the fuck, dinner with their kids and all this shit. Man, know that I packed that motherfucking car and we left while they was gone, and I dumped that motherfucker there shortly after. That's the shit that we deal with. So I don't know, again, brother, what's the name again? I can't see it. Is that Malik? I'm sorry. Malik, brother, where are you living? Racism in America is real. It's right the fuck there. So when it comes down to it, how do you justify supporting a candidate who, okay, I don't know what you mean by court. I did not court the family of this racist ass two people. There's a boy and a girl. So I got you both samples, motherfuckers. But you can't disown your family. You can't disown your classmates. So no matter who you're dealing with that's white, they are 6 degrees, if not 2 degrees away from some racist ass bullshit. Unless they're not really white. Now, if they're a mixed family and they're, okay, that's different. But if you with a white family, come on now, especially in the Midwest, where do you say he was again? New Jersey? Where's he? New Jersey. Yeah, bro, please. Newark, is that what he said? Newark. Let's go with the next question, please. Shit, whatever. And I don't support fucking Trump, by the way, too. So unless you're talking about Kamala, I don't support it. I was supporting the couch before Trump. It was Trump or the couch. It was not Biden. Mind you, Biden, Biden, he had racist shit back in the day too, y'all. I've been in politics a long time. He got his little DEI coaching way. Remember, he's old as fuck. He got his DEI coaching when he was around 45, 50. But if you look back before he was 45, 50, the predators and all that shit, the crime bills, all those things you mad about, research. Who's the next question?
Next is from Deshaun Williams
Deshaun, brother, thank you. Where is Deshaun calling
from Dallas, Texas.
Hey, Texas. Woo, you guys got all kind of shit going on right now in Texas, boy. What the question you got? Damn.
Question
And shout out
is
to my sister Alana, who's in Texas, by the way. You know Alana, Alana's locks. She's in Texas.
question is what is it about Trump's rhetoric or policies that resonates with black men over Democratic candidates? He is 29 years old and a Republican.
Okay, a young Republican. What's his name again?
Deshaun Williams. Applause for
You said what?
give him applause for his question.
Oh, applause to you, brother. I'm thinking Deshaun, Texas. Okay, Republican. Okay, we got some black Republicans watching. Thank you. Applause for you, brother. Let me tell you this. I don't have any here. I need to bring some here. Is there ties in the dressing room? Do I have a tie in there? Do I have a tie in there? Look and see if I have a necktie. I'm just curious. If you get a chance, you can look over there. If our assistant comes through here, let's grab an assistant. I've had neckties from Donald Trump for 30 years or 25 years. I've got every book that Donald Trump ever wrote, even the ones he co-wrote, like with Robert Kiyosaki. I attended the Trump University. I knew he was full of shit and a scammer, but when it came to the setup, but it wasn't because of him. I knew that it was kind of like a franchise thing. So I didn't expect to see him there. I didn't expect to really get it. I just wanted to network and be in the room around people that were like-minded. But this is all before politics. Anyone that went there thinking they were going to get a real business education is out of their fucking mind because he didn't have one. But even if you don't like him, he did go to Norton, whatever the fuck it's called, one of the top business colleges in America. I've been in business my whole life, and one thing you learn in business is you learn in business by fucking failing. If all these Instagram people, all these people, like I won't even mention any names, but many Democrats, their whole life, especially even here in Asia, ain't nothing ever happened to them that's bad. Their whole life has been blessed and lucky, and they've always only been on the incline. They ain't never lost shit before. Trump, back in the day, before he was politics, when he was a Democrat, his books were fucking real. He wrote a book called The Art of the Comeback, which was after he went bankrupt and came back. He did a crazy, amazing video. I got to find this video, you guys. I will play it for y'all. I'm going to get into this question a little bit more. I want you guys, let's play a commercial break really quick, you guys. Brother, what is that again? What's his name again? Deshaun. I'm sorry, Deshaun. It's really small here on my screen. Deshaun, brother, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to come back and answer your question because I'm going to tell you exactly why. It's exactly fucking why. I think we got your other questions. We're going to keep this going for a little bit, but I got to get some more ice. I need some more of this fantastic studio water, you guys. Refill my coffee. But you guys, we got a Trump commercial I'm going to play for you guys real quick so you guys can get in the mood. I'm going to show you some love real quick and play this commercial. But you guys, I'm going to answer when I come back because I think that you need to understand Trump, and we've liked Trump before he was politics. So it's kind of like, it's that uncle that you've always had that you knew was racist, but now that Trump has been going, now he's empowered to talk shit. I've never even heard my mother talk shit about politics, but now all of a sudden with Kamala, she got an opinion now. So it's emboldened people, both sides. So, but let's play the commercial break, you guys. Grab a snack, grab some refills, and come right on back. I'm going to ask your fucking question, brother. Be right back.
Good time, people. You're live on the set with Kareem Jackson. Go grab a snack and come on back.
Presidential race, Donald Trump wins the presidency. What started off as unlikely, impossible, is now reality.
I will fight for you with every breath in my body, and I will never, ever let you down.
We have a president who actually fulfilled the promises he made during the campaign, securing the border to foreign policy.
He now has a record as president that's pretty damn impressive.
Breaking news out of Palm Beach,
The FBI has executed an unprecedented search warrant at President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. The former president has both sides of the political aisle up in arms.
It is a dangerous and unstable moment in American history.
The Justice Department has just indicted former President Donald Trump.
For 7 years, they hated him, they targeted him, they hunted him.
This is the epitome of the abuse of the prosecutorial power to preempt political decisions.
I never thought anything like this could happen in America. The only crime that I have committed is to fearlessly defend our nation from those who seek to destroy it. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. They want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedom. They want to silence me because I will never let them silence you. They're not coming after me, they're coming after you, and I just happen to be standing in their way, and I will never be moving. On November 5th, 2024, justice will be done. We will take back our country, and we will make America great again. America will always rise to every challenge and overcome every danger.
Donald Trump seems to always get stronger when challenged. These types of things, I think, give him strength.
When I'm re-elected, I will totally obliterate the deep state. As long as we have pride in our beliefs, courage our convictions and faith in our God, then we will not fail.
Hello guys, my name is Ron McLean, and you've seen me before on television, commercials, TikTok, etc. And I am now working with the Philippines Magazine International, aka PH Mag. I'm a former performer, host, brand ambassador, and content creator. We are in the Philippines, baby, and I'm proud to share this amazing Black Wellness Freedom Blend. If you guys are one of those amazing Ultimate Philippine affiliates, you guys, if you want to be a brand ambassador, hit me up. Because Black Wellness Freedom Blend is available right now. It's hazelnut, it's goodness, it's beautiful, all natural, and all wonderful. Philippine farm hand roasted and hand picked. Black Wellness is a Filipino farm fresh and hand picked by Filipino farmers. This is hand ground, hand roasted goodness. It's healthy, you guys. It's great. So easy. It's so smooth. You can drink it black like how it's supposed to be. That's a healthy way for you to boost your immune system, to boost your semen, to boost your great antioxidants. Okay, grab you some of this, you guys. Healthy and legal right now. And we're proud to announce that. It is now available in the Philippines nationwide. Some of this wellness in every single drop. We have two flavors right now, the hazelnut and baraka blend. We all this is it. With every zip, we help a Filipino farmer. Contact us now, www.thephilippinesmagazine.com or call us 0910-090-2447. Available in the Philippines, you guys. I'm on a wellness journey, cleansing myself and starting all new me. Oh, Black Wellness Freedom Blend is helping me. Let's get you some of this Black Wellness, you guys, nationwide in the Philippines. Black Wellness Freedom Blend coffee. Be one of our sellers now. Contact us again, www.thephilippinesmagazine.com or call us 0910-090-2447. Ron McLean, guys, yo.
3, 2, 1. We are live. Hello, world. Success is for everyone, baby. You're live on the set with Kareem Jackson. Yes, let's go.
Kareem Jackson, we're back here live on the set, you guys. We're getting ready for Bulacan week here at the studio. You guys celebrating the Philippines and all that is Bulacan. You know our magazine, Longest Lifestyle Magazine, is out and showcase the diversity over here. Phenomenal cover. You guys look at the PhilippinesMagazine.com for that. We're excited about the whole Bulacan week. But let's put that question back up. Let's get back to, was it Malik? She said wrong. You couldn't pronounce right. What's his name again, Julius? What's his name? I like the way you said it, Julius. What was his name again?
Deshaun Williams.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Malik that you said all crazy though. Hey, you guys, that was Longest Lifestyle, by the way, the flash he put up there. You guys get ready for those guys. Big proud of the guys that did that whole deal. 700 businesses we helped in the Philippines, you guys, in the neighborhood. But Deshaun, back to you. What's the question again?
The question is, what is it about Trump's rhetoric and policies that resonates with black men or over the Democratic candidates? Sorry, let me repeat that again. What is it about Trump's rhetoric or policies that resonates the black men over Democratic candidates?
Okay. And this is, where's he? Is he a Republican? Where is he? Oh, we paid Trump, Republican, right? Yeah. So you're Republican. I'm not sure what Deshaun, sound like you're a little bit black there, Deshaun. Rhetoric and things like that. Not sure if you love from the LGBTQ or the log cabin Republicans, Deshaun, but let me talk to you directly. Is it, I think you saw the commercial. I played that specifically because I wanted you to see it and folks to see it out there. That's why. In the day, I'll be very honest, even myself, we like men. I'm not just saying because gay or whatever like that. I mean, a manly man, a man's man. I want to know that if something goes down, this dude got my back. He can handle it. Now, Let me just put this out there to folks that are watching this they're going to blast me. In the debate, Kamala showed whether you think she's black or not, she's black. She could handle her own. So we were waiting for that. We were waiting to see how she was going to deal with him. So that's why a lot of us are now looking between Trump and Kamala. Because before, a lot of us black men that you guys are talking about, we really weren't even sold 100% on Trump, but we were definitely sold for the couch. The argument is not Trump or Biden. It was the couch or Trump, the couch or Biden. So now we're inspired, we're reinvigorated, but we're reinvigorated by an ethnic blackish woman. So, but why do we support him? And more than ever have we supported the Republican Party before any other candidate they've had? Is because, one, like I said, the racist thing, I'm used to that. I don't know what these guys or where you guys are from, but my black parents, my nephews, my godson, even my guys here at my studio that are Morenos, we have policies at my black and brown business. We're very diverse. We have to actually be conscious to be like, oh my God, we got to have an event for white people, because in the magazine, we did the whole magazine for Longos, the whole fucking magazine. And then the magazine we got done and we're like, oh my God, there's no white folks in the magazine. What the fuck? We had to redo we had to have a photo shoot up just for that, which is my birthday, which happened to be this new cover that we're going to change to the magazine. This is the new cover, you guys, new cover. Shout out to you guys. It's not final just yet, but the magazine, can I cap in the magazine here? Do you mind, Julius, you get a chance? The magazine motherfucking done. Done. But we were like, damn, we don't have too much diversity, equity, and inclusion in this motherfucker. Done. But we were like, she's a Jewish girl, but that's a Dom Perignon ad. They don't even really count. We got pictures and parties and 700 businesses in here. We had no white folks. None. All of these, look at these pictures. None. So anyway, all that to be said, you guys, thanks, brother, is that we had to push our diversity. We had to push our stuff. And the reason why, you can put his question back on the screen. The reason why is because at the end of the day, even out here in the rest of the world, in the expat streets, black people, we know, we have been raised. Most black expats that are abroad, we're bold. We got our freedom papers. We're a different breed of black people. And there's 10 million expats from the United States that live around the world, 250,000 in the Philippines, and the numbers of black men are growing. The reason that we resonated with him, or we resonate with him, despite the political thing, I still resonate with him more than I resonate with Biden. I respect the Democratic Party, but I'm saying as a person, if I was sitting here and I didn't know what you were, because you asked what resonates with Donald Trump's rhetoric. Now, mind you, you said it's rhetoric, but my point is, our positions, our policies, or whatever, then as a black man, over Democratic candidates. It's not really over Democratic candidates, brother. It's old white dudes. They're the same. I think you've never been the nigga that's been the spook by the door, or the butler holding the tray, serving the drinks, I've been behind the bar. I was a casino host for Flamingo Casino. Do you think that my high rollers as a casino host were fucking black people? No. So we had the Jewish lawyers, Jewish judges. That was your clients. Some Asians, some foreigners that would come in. But mainly white guys that own the local construction company, or the local this or the local that. So let me just tell you this really quick. When you get off this kick about they're the same. They may have different opinions on things. And forget the racism. They may have different opinions. I'm the one saying, make sure you get him another margarita, get him another drink. Oh, how you doing? I'm pushing the fucking wheelchair, okay? Because they're fucking, some of them are old and they need wheelchairs and shit. That's me. Or if you were the waiter at a country club or a fancy restaurant, and they were coming in as friends, not politicians talking, and you got to hear them. They disagree about stuff, but they're the same motherfucker. They're all white dudes. It's just that Biden is not as racist or not as loud. And remember, Biden didn't make his billions by being fucking loud. Trump is more like a rich white dude than Biden or any of these dudes you guys are showing. These guys have made their money off government. That's why. They can't be loud. They've had a job their whole life that has somehow, even though it pays less than the American's average income of $55,000 or $100,000 or $80,000 a year, they're millionaires now, multi-millionaires now. Whereas this guy, I'm gonna tell you the difference is, you guys criticize Trump for his bankruptcies, and he's not a good businessman. Do you know how many politicians have bankruptcies because they can't fucking control their shopping with their fucking credit cards? Or they tried one business one time and lost everything and filed bankruptcy. A motherfucker that's had 7 bankruptcies or 8 or whatever fuck he's had, or multiple bankruptcies, why do you think we bought his books before? Because his book was entitled The Art of the Because I'm gonna tell you this: how many of you can file bankruptcy, lose everything, whatever you want to call it? Maybe you don't file bankruptcy. I've never filed bankruptcy, but I've lost everything numerous fucking times. Who can you talk to? Your auntie, your uncle, your neighbor? Who are you gonna talk to? It was his books to say, now how can I come back? Most of people like those people, they would just get into politics. They would go get a grant. They would go get a not even a loan. They would get a grant. They would find a government way, a non-for-profit type way, a guaranteed way to come back. He talked about bank financing and real estate and loans and investors and remember, he explains, it may be one little short chapter, but he does it in his own voice, by the way. If you get Trump's books back in the day and you get his audio books, it's in his own motherfucking voice. And he cusses and everything back then. He was in the book, in the class, written in the book, and audio talking to you in his own voice, cussing. So I could relate. I was a nigga from Kansas City, Missouri, from a family of entrepreneurs. That's how my dad talked. That's how my dad's friends and business talked in the construction site. My family was in music and entertainment. That's how the fucking rappers talked and hip hop people talked. I grew up with Barry White. That's how he talked. I didn't relate to him. I understood what the fuck he was saying. And the reason why white folks in the Democratic Party, even though you criticize him, understand is because he's speaking in layman's terms. But laymen nowadays can be rich, right? Laymen nowadays can make a lot of money, and they can be laymen. So the connection was, and why we relate to him over some Democrat candidates, because Democrats, no matter, very rarely, now the Democrats are reaching out to these, coaches in high school and things like that, right? But still, at the core of their conversation, if you move past the fact that rights and women's rights and gay rights, and if we were more like American rights, like Philippines have Filipino rights, they don't say Filipinos over here, Filipinos over there. I'm just saying, it's a waste of time. But if you got past that, and you really had a conversation with them, you would relate more to Trump too, because you're right. He came from a rich daddy and he got that money. He lost that shit 10, 20 motherfucking times. So when you talk to him or you see him around Trump and Snoop and all these people over the years, even P. Diddy, he's with him. They're all a circle of people. At the end of the day, the connection is they all are self-made at one point. Remember, if your dad is a billionaire or a multimillionaire, and you're a multimillionaire or a billionaire, there's not much to impress in that. No one cares. Trump made folks kind of care because he lost every goddamn thing and he had to get it back. And when his father died, the reason why the book was so relevant to open you up is that all of us who followed him knew now daddy's not around. What you gonna do? And so he knew, and he wrote a book about it. And there's a whole commercial for the book where he's in a dumpster and shit. You know, it's really funny commercial. I got to find it and play it just because it's really cute. But I'm gonna tell you is that he was in movies. His PR was off the chain. And most of us in business, we don't really listen to what he's saying because white old dudes can tell you one thing and not do it any fucking way. We admire the fact that he's going through all this and still got his hand up when he got shot in the freaking ear. Remember that? That man we admire. It could be anybody. We admire men like that. We black men, we can look beyond your racism, your bigotry, even your hatred. We're the most empathetic race I've ever met. Black folks, we can look past all that. When we were slaves, we were the ones breastfeeding, driving you, making your food. But remember, we ain't never tried to assassinate one of y'all like these white boys are trying to assassinate Trump. So we don't resonate with what you said was Trump's rhetoric. We resonate with dudes like Trump, even if they fucked up, but they got a dream, they got a goal, and they're going after it. And they, despite all the bullshit, they still achieve the goal. That's what we resonate with. That's what we like. We've always had to change the white man because remember the black woman wasn't in the room yet. The white woman wasn't always in the room. We've always had to convince the white man that blacks were good people. They always asked us our opinion when they wanted to hire a black or get a black, or they always had their DEI consultants, y'all. This is just some new shit in corporate America. Kentucky Fried Chicken, Jack Daniels, all of them apparently they had some nigga there giving them advice. And Jemima Pancakes. We can just name every motherfucking name. We can just keep going. All of these situations, these people, these companies that have had a DEI coach, a nigga right there giving them advice. So we can look past that. And I'm gonna tell you this too. I'm gonna reiterate this. I'm gonna get to the next question, you guys. I want you to. You guys have been mad at me because I rushed through your question last time. I'm giving it to you. The perception is that the fake news perception. I think I lost my sound. My sound okay? Hold up, you guys. Am I good? Hello, hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Am I there? Oh, I was getting good too. I was getting good too. It's okay. I think we're Facebook. Yeah, I think Facebook is doing it. Let me see. Crazy. Let me see. If you guys can hear me out there, let me know. Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm sorry, you guys. I was getting good at it. You cut me off, y'all. I was going good at it too. I was getting it in. And then all of a sudden, okay. We're back. Okay. Y'all, I was getting ready. Okay, you know they be cutting us off on Facebook and YouTube, y'all. What I was gonna say, if I was real interrupted by, I think I did it myself by tech in my ear. What I was saying was, you guys, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, we're used to these guys. We've always been the ones to push and to show them. We remember the first NBA basketball players were black men. They endured. You were at home making breakfast, black wife, black mom, kids. You were right. You didn't see what they went through in the locker room, in the office. You didn't see it. We've always had to deal with this. So Trump, the way that he resonated, now we understand. The fake news of all of this, which is where I was talking about before, the fake news of it, it's not that black men think, and Trump even has this wrong himself, that, oh, because he got arrested or fingerprinted or harassed or shot at, that we relate more to him. That's the ego talking, and of course they have egos over there, and that's bullshit. That's not how it works. What it is that we are black men who've always had to show white folks, I told you so, I told you so, always. So now that he's out there talking the way that he's talking, now he sees what we've been telling all y'all white folks all along. If you are not with them, you're against them. And now him, we believe that because he has been charged, because he got taken down to the jail, because he has experienced these things, including bankruptcy, including failure, right? Including divorces, y'all. He now relates more to us, not the other way around. Now all these white folks are seeing, yeah, if he's going through it, what we're next. Like he says in his commercial, it's very clear. If you guys listen and open up your ears and didn't judge, you listen to it, you heard, they're telling you, he says it very clear. He says it all the time. They're coming for me because I'm in the way of them coming for you. Remember, I got a gun ribbon from the military. All of those things don't relate to me. But what we're saying is that now Trump is slowly relating more and more to us because now Trump feels how it feels for us to be now. He's being shot at like some nigga on the goddamn hood. Let's be honest. Kamala Harris, we ain't talked about it today because today's show is about you guys' questions, but the news for later about Kamala, they shot up one of her Arizona, campaign offices. Shot it up. Shot it. She gonna be relate to black folks now. Now, do you understand what I'm saying? It used to be that the white folks was shooting up niggas. White folks was hanging niggas. White folks discriminated against niggas. Now, what it is for us, and I'm just saying this and reiterating it because you've asked this question 3 times now in this situation. They can relate to what we've been saying. I left America. I already got 5 gunshot wounds in my leg. I've already been shot 5 times in my life, you guys. 5 times, but 1 time, but 5 shots. Do you see this? This ain't somebody's house in the hood. This is the campaign office for the Vice President of the United States of America, who is a blackish woman. Her shit shot the fuck up. Trump, you saw the picture of him with his fist up with the blood everywhere when he got his ear shot off. And then they went for him again at his golf course. And then we're confused back here in Asia what's real or not because there was another 3rd time or there's another time. We saying that the reason that we're saying this, and you go back to the question, because I'm going to finish this up real quick for this guy. Because, brother, the reason that I'm saying this to you is because, no, bro. This has been our experience in America no matter what. This is our experience. We've got gunshots. We've been harassed. We've had them lock us up and then let you the fuck out. We've had them embarrass us. We've had them, all these things. We've paid the attorneys to fix shit, to take care of shit that they accused, that they made up. He's begging for a job. We've begged for fucking jobs, y'all. And he's a minority in his world. He represents a minority. So now they trying to get into y'all's game. And you see that a black woman can get in against him. He was beat by another white dude, Biden, who was whiter than him. That's what it is. He's the go along, get along white guy. That's the only reason. But Trump is not used to losing, actually. He may bankrupt a lot and lose money, but he's not used to losing the long game. So to answer your question, to be very honest, is what is it about Trump's rhetoric? It's not his rhetoric. We just are believe that now you see, brother. Now you see. But now Kamala's her shit shop too. Now they see. And instead of us dividing ourselves, and I just had you put your parties and things like that here so that I can get a base of who you were. But we're all Americans who are talking about this, and a lot of foreigners like Melina is looking at Raymond. You guys are looking, and in the Philippines, these guys, they're Filipinos. You don't see in an election someone saying on the ballot, we want you to vote for this Filipino president because they're going to make sure that Filipinos in this area can be allowed to drink from public drinking fountains. That's never fucking been a thing. No one does that but us. If you're American, you should be American. But if we're going to break it apart, let's break it apart. But in the day, it's not his rhetoric. We identify with the fact that at the end of the day, he's a self-made dude and he can fight for us. And we believe that now he's experienced a lot of things that we have experienced. So anyway. Oh, David Youngblood, brother, thanks for watching. I guess we have comments on YouTube. I have not seen those comments. But we'll look, brother, YouTube, and we'll try to get into there. YouTube blocks us quite a bit. So just understand that. These tech difficulties are because of YouTube. So they be blocking us. They're the reason we have the delay. So thank you, brother. Who we got next?
Last.
Okay. We're going to do like a part 2, you guys, because you guys apparently have about another bunch of questions that came in, and we'll get to the YouTubes and things like that as well. So we might get a couple of those really quick. I'll go through them really quick after this because they can, but go ahead with the next one.
Terrence Green. The question is from Terrence Green.
Brother Terrence, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Where's he from?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
And he is 35 and a Democrat.
All right, brother. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
The question is the Republican Party doing enough to genuinely earn the trust of black men? Or is it just a protest vote? I'll repeat, is the Republican Party doing enough to genuinely earn the trust of black men? Or is it just a protest vote?
First of all, as I've said before, I'm gonna say it again because it's worth repeating. They're all the same, bro. Is the American government, the American politicians doing enough, or are they all just a protest vote? Right now, I think there's more people voting Democrat to spite Trump than there are Trump voters voting Trump to spite Democrats. I think I get your question, and I think it's the same on both fucking sides. Again, what do we mean? We say black votes matter and blue votes matter and all these things, and then we have the gay rights and we have all these separate entities. But I think until we look at countries like the Philippines, like Ghana, for example, like even fucking Mexico, and I'll even give you Canada a little bit, to be honest, that vote because they're Filipino, they're Ghanaian. Until we get to that point, we don't really see it for what it is because we think that we're not the same and don't understand they're the ones dividing us. Because if you were really voting for the country, you wouldn't even have any of this rhetoric at all. It'd be literally about homelessness and that's it. It'd be literally about inflation and that's it. We wouldn't care about your party. We wouldn't care about the rhetoric. We wouldn't care, and you wouldn't say it. They would both have plans that are better for the American people. It wouldn't be me having shows 3 times a week about if she's black or not. It wouldn't be me having shows talking about Trump, which, mind you, this commercial is our most popular viral video ever. If it's popularity, if that was what it was about, we could have just doubled down on that shit. and I could get more views. But what it's about is that we don't do that yet. We're not talking about what things we really should be talking about because they separate and divide us by party, by this, by that. I do not believe the Democrats, for example, that I should be thanking you for having human rights. Fuck that. When I go to the Philippines, I don't have to worry about where I use the bathroom. I don't have to worry about what fountain I use. So why I don't worry about it back home? Back in the day, you heard about military guys that would travel, fight wars in Vietnam and wherever the hell, they were fighting. But when they get back home, they were slaves, second-class citizens, racist, beat down, lynched as soldiers. And okay, forget the soldier part because that's a distraction. They saw that around the world, they were not niggas. And if they were, niggas were positive things. When we forget the Philippines, throw the Manila, right? This is the country that hosted Muhammad Ali when he was running from being in prison for not wanting to fight in the goddamn war. This is the country. It wasn't just military guys that are broke and have no control. People that had money and could buy a fucking plane ticket were leaving too. Like, fuck that. I'm not fighting and killing these people. And it was this country because here, not only was it the president's house, Malachian Palace, and hello, he could drink from the water fountains. Not only was he having a fight and the fight of the century, it's still the number one fight until Manny Pacquiao in the country to this day. People know through the Manila that's a black man. Why could he do this in the Philippines but couldn't do it at home? We never asked that question. We never asked that question. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thank you, David. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah. Just go ahead and send them on Facebook. I don't know Facebook. I mean, YouTube they delay stuff. They block stuff. So I'm gonna tell you is that I don't think any party's doing enough. But I'll tell you this: it's not about black because first of all, I think we should throw all that crap away. Just throw it all away and give Americans the same equal rights. Stop this Asian hate bill. Stop this LGBT hate crime bill. Stop this diversity. Stop all this shit if you want. Just stop it all. And start sticking to the rights of an American. And you recognize this when you travel because you realize the rights that you get from your passport. You know it. And if we kind of did that, I think the candidates would change. I don't think that they should do enough for us. They should do enough for the country that we all fall in suit. But that's not the conversation we're going to have. It's always, of course, the clickbait is black men liking Trump. If it said Americans liking Trump, that wouldn't be as interesting. But technically, if black American voters are liking Trump, then it's actually more and more Americans are liking Trump. But until we get to talk about that, we're not going to understand what the hell that means. We're not going to understand it. So you have to really get to a point where you understand that we've got to be Americans first. I don't say America first. I think that's where the rhetoric, again, where they get confused. And when you see this here, there's more and more black men sitting up and saying, and blacks in general, saying, I support Trump. They got Nikki. They got, we see the screen. All these folks here, you guys, 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, all these people. But these are not, forget that they're black. More and more Americans are following this. They're not stupid. They're not poor. They've gotten themselves to where they are in life. But we don't look at it as more and more Americans. You break it down, they're doing enough for black people. I believe, again, like I said, I travel the world because I want to have equal rights. And a lot of places you go around the world, racism is not an issue. So are they doing enough? I think that the American politicians are not doing enough in general. And I do not give Democrats credit for giving me rights that should be human rights. I think that's a fake-ass scorecard. I know that we don't have them. I know that we had to fight for them. I get that whole situation. But that's the problem, and that's the problem. But anyway, what we got next? Okay. Let's do a couple more really fast with the ones that called in. But here on the screen from David. David says the other countries do not have the history, all caps, you guys, of the U.S. Each of these countries do have elections, but just like we do, ask Morenos if they are discriminated against. Where are the dark-skinned Filipinos? Where are the dark-skinned Filipino captains of industry? Why do they have shelves of whitening cream? The clickbait exists because every American knows how racist and Republicans actually are, and the oddity of black men supporting a racist group of people seeking to get us back to that. I think he says, I guess you mad and you hate typing, David. First of all, I said that there's discrimination everywhere. And I understand discrimination. It could be against fat people, skinny people. I get the discrimination. The racism is where I'm saying that I don't feel it. I do believe that the titans of industry are not usually Filipinos and brown skin. I understand that too. They have discrimination. But I also believe that in some countries, that's not the ambition. In some countries, unlike America, the ambition is to be, regular. The ambition is to be happy. The ambition is to be with family. The ambition is to enjoy life. They're not trying to be, so to use your words, the titans of industry. Is that what you said? Captains of industry. Yeah. They're not trying to be captains of industry. Many folks in the Philippines, that's not their dream, which is a blessing, because remember in America, who did, Republicans or Democrats, it's happened under Democratic rule in a way. It's illegal in a country to be poor. You know that, Julius? It's illegal. They can put you in jail for being poor in America right now. They can put you in jail for being homeless in America right now. You and your babies and your kids. You got that video still? You got it? Mm-hmm. Let's play that really quick. You mind, Julius? I'm going to remind you really quick, brother. Racism, I'm not disagreeing, but they're not discriminated against the race, David. They're discriminated against the... Anyway, listen to this and tell me.
And there's something wrong in this country telling people it is okay to work 3 jobs, not see your kids, not see your loved ones, not take a vacation, and God forbid you get sick. Okay? And I still got a job at home because I'm a mother. Because let's not forget, I don't get a day off. And I got to figure all that out. How are we going to eat? How are we going to pay rent? How are we going to pay the utility bills? And every single thing went up after COVID. Not one thing stayed the same. Neither party ever talks about what is really going on in this world. Because I'm not even going to say the country. What is really going on in this world? There is no scarcity. It is, how do we pit people against each other so they're too distracted to see everything that I'm too addicted to consuming, and how much profit I'm making, and more profit, how many more houses one individual can have, how many yachts can one individual have, and you're going to arrest me now that I make a tent city?
So you guys tell me this. Sorry, y'all, you'll call me, put my little lips is feeling dry. You guys tell me this. It's not Democrat or Republican. At the end of the day, I get what you're saying, and I've told you that, yeah, we're probably going to lean towards your girl count, definitely, because I do believe we need a woman right now. But the truth of it is that, no, every country does not have experienced racism because they don't discriminate against your race. I don't mind if I can't get something because my skin is darker and they want someone lighter. I understand that. I even understand changing things and talking more proper and things like that to not sound so black. The reason I cuss and talk shit and get excited and talk that way is because I know that I typically talk pretty proper. And discrimination, it happens everywhere. It's terrible. The Philippines, you're right. I get you. But that's not racism. In America, we're giving credit to the Democrats for things that they did. Now, mind you, I'm glad that they did it. But I think the question that we all need to ask, America, because you see this is affecting women now, families. She's homeless, bro. Now, we're only talking about how it's illegal to be homeless. And how she's getting, and mind you, the point of the video was they was going to take her ass to jail. That's what they were doing. So I think that the question someday has to kind of move in America to, when are we going to be Americans, right? And I'm going to say this to you because I know that where you're going with this, David, No, it's not legal to be poor in America. Poverty limits your ability to do and to be, but you don't go to jail because you're poor. So why does she go to jail? Because she's homeless, which is typically poor. I mean, you're not poor in a mansion. I mean, maybe we're jumping and being dramatic with the words that we use, but no, you're penalized for having without. And if you do need, and I'm saying as the Philippines, yeah, you know the people that are homeless, whole families, happy and homeless. They're not penalized for it necessarily. I'm not saying that it's so different, but I'm just saying is that we have to be. I understand she was taking the gel because she was squatting. I'm sorry, I'm reading it at the same time. Taking the gel because she was squatting. I understand that. I get what you're saying. You're missing my point. She's an American, right? Isn't she in America? What does it matter what she's doing, what she has? That's our fucking problem right there. That's it. We're talking about our issues, who's right, who's wrong, what she. All I'm saying is that we should ask Republicans or Democrats what the fuck is going on in general and stop letting us divide us. We should be just as concerned of Trump's followers following the Democratic Party and Kamala Harris as we are obviously concerned with black men and minorities and black women following Trump. It's very easy for Democrats to talk shit about them, say Trumpers are stupid or this or whatever. It's very good, obvious for the Trumpers to say Democrats, leftists, shields over here. But guys like me, which mind you represent most of America, excuse me. I think there's a graphic in there somewhere. I don't know if we have it or not. I know we probably don't. That shows most Americans are neither Republican or Democrat. All I'm saying is in America, with the Republicans and the Democrats in power, raising billions and billions of dollars for their campaigns. Why do we still have Americans? You're right. You're comparing to the Philippines. You're penalized in the Philippines too. Ask Western Union. They're squatting. Okay, what I'm saying is America shouldn't even compare to the Philippines. Am I correct? There should be no fucking comparison. And I'm thinking that when we get a Republican and Democratic American government, American campaigns that are focused more on that, I'll be excited. But right now, I'm sick of, when you see someone who's homeless, you don't know if they're Republican or Democrat. And it was just sickening. I think that's why. And the rhetoric isn't that I'm going with Trump or whatever. I'm really, to be honest, I'm just going with change. Who's the next question we got that got in? You can read it out loud. Let's go ahead and get there. I know though you got some questions here. I'm gonna get to them real quick. David had been waiting because we weren't looking at you guys talking to us on YouTube. Thanks for being here, YouTube. I appreciate it. But go ahead. Who we got to put in their question?
The next question is from Andre Baker, 40 years old, from Chicago, Illinois.
Andre Baker, was it?
Andre Baker. Question is, what specific policies under Trump benefited black men, leading to increased support?
Say it again, please. What is it? Say it again.
What specific policies under Trump benefited black men, leading to increased support?
Okay, once again, to answer your question, David, going MAGA is not change. What I meant was Kamala Harris was change, being a woman of color. That's what I meant. And younger, she is the change. That's what I'm talking about. But to answer this question here, it's not that I'm saying that anything he's done. That's you're missing my point again, you guys. I'm not trying to even have the conversation, even though I had the thumbnail there, but I'm not trying to have the conversation about what they've done for black men. I don't really care, to be honest, about that. That's why I got my passport and got the fuck out of Dodge. I want to see my country do better. I want to see my country not have homeless people, no matter what color they are. to pay rent, to have business. I want to see more and more Americans to have their passports and to go see the world, so that we can make our own fucking decisions. We can realize the impact of our decisions in America are. It's not necessarily about black men and what he's done for black men, and I don't expect anyone to do anything for me, to be honest. I don't expect that. That's not our experience as black men. I don't even think that white dudes expect him to do something for them. I think that what happens is it because he's one of them, even if he's a racist or not a racist, he's going to do inherent things to help his own kind. That's why I said, okay, well, Kamala's a little younger. I like that. That means we're of the same kind. Oh, she's a minority. I don't care if she's black, green, yellow, but she's a minority. She can relate a little bit. Her dad was Jamaican and mom is Latina, I'm sorry, Indian, so, okay, you can relate a little bit. At least you got a little more global. That's what I'm saying. That's the change I'm talking about. So to answer the question specifically, that's not how I feel at all. I don't need him to do anything for me. Leave me the fuck alone. That's what I need the government to do. Leave me alone. Don't hinder. But America has an issue, not black folks, with inflation and what's happening, black people. And I wish that we would wake up to this. You see my vote today, right? Vote for Kamala. I agree. I think she's the change. Let me be more specific. David misunderstood me. Let me be specific in saying Kamala represents the change that we need. Whether you agree with her policies or not, we need a fucking change. And I don't even really care between Democrats and Republicans, because at the end of the day, they all work in the same office, the same building. Your friends, your co-workers, it's like, come on. So what I need some president to do is to fix the issues that America has, so that now we all can afford homes. We all can afford to have our wives and husbands or our spouses at home, taking care of our children, or our home if we want. That's what I want. Healthy food for all Americans is what I wish that we had. It's not just about black folks. But what's the next one? Let's go faster. Let me go faster. I'm sorry. Because you guys, I know they have these a lot. Yeah, go ahead. These are folks here, you guys, that have messaged us these questions. I'm going to go through them really quick. What we got?
Next is Isaiah Scott, 30 years old, from Houston, Texas. He said he's a Republican, and the question is, how does the delusionment with the Democratic Party drive black men to vote Republican or not to vote at all?
The reason is because, you guys, when it comes down to the situation, we got the same question over and over again. You guys, disillusionment, I don't even know if it was disillusionment. I think it's a disillusionment of American lifestyle right now. To be honest, back in the day, black folks, we at least thought, like you always hear people say, well, white guys thought that even the poorest white guy, as long as he's better than the nigga, he at least felt like he was something. Okay, well now, people are realizing that, okay, well now niggas a lot of them are doing very well, despite what you read in the news. There's more millionaires than ever. There's more educated blacks than ever. Whether you agree with college or not is irrelevant. So now what's happening is that people are now understanding and realizing that America has the issue. Democrats can't fix it all, and Republicans can't fix it all. Democrats are from a deficit. Democrats, to me, always are fixing shit that are human rights that get us just to ground zero. That's it. So women, you have rights with your body and things like that, which you should have anyway. I don't know the Philippines. I've never heard of a woman just gonna die and she needs an abortion or she needs something and they don't give it to her. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. I don't know if they do it. I don't know. But you don't fucking hear about it. Another thing is you don't hear about how the issues that with birth for women, that's what you don't hear about. It's not that they're having abortions. You don't hear about the issues in general. They're not just they're still traditional relationships. They're still having sex to have babies. They're still getting married. It's not just the problem that Planned Parenthood is fixing. But I think now the disillusionment is realizing that these two parties are not going to end the problem. because now we're back to arguing about women's health and women's control of their bodies. We're back to arguing, like David's saying, is we're back to those arguments. And of course, yes, abortion and divorce is illegal in the Philippines. I agree with you. But you know what? They don't have the issues that we have. So when they do have children or when they do get married, it's not necessarily the same thing. They're about better mental health. They've got better relationship values. There is just less. I understand that it's illegal and many folks would get divorced easier if it wasn't, but that doesn't change the fact that, okay, that's fine. America, it is legal. And look at how many we have. So whatever it is, I'm talking about America. And what I'm saying is that the disillusionment was that the parties are both messed up. One party is talking about how are we going to have basic human rights. So you're meaning to tell me that in America, you've got to make it specific about Asian hate or Asians or gays or blacks because American itself doesn't trump the color or the lifestyle or the race? Make this make sense to me. Make it make sense. Because I don't understand that. Now, I understand that it's a reality, but most countries, I don't understand that. If you kill any American, if you beat any American, it should be the same severity as the most severe hate crime. Then there wouldn't be a need for the argument than the things that Democrats are doing. On the Republican side, I'm a businessman, let's be honest. They're more focused on this and the taxes and the money and all these things and then the Make America Great Again. Okay, I got all that. So why can't we all agree on the basic things? Give everybody basic rights and let everybody be successful if that's what they choose to be. Why are we breaking things up? So the disillusionment, to answer your question, is with the politics and the politicians of America. So now folks are looking at the couch like, fuck it, I'm tired. Fuck it, I'm gonna vote for Trump to piss him off, or I'm just gonna sit at home because you're not inspiring me, because nothing's going to change. Matter of fact, Democrats, you say it yourself, now it's going backwards. But I'm tired of blaming the Republicans. I'm ready to blame the American government, to blame America for this. I'm tired of playing the blame game. Tired of it. So what I look at is that the disillusionment is realizing that none of y'all is gonna fix this shit. None. So I'm just gonna stay at home. I'm not gonna pay the gas. I'm not taking off work. I'm not stressing. I'm not standing in line. Remember, the whole thing is frustrating and tiring. It ain't like the Philippines. You can talk shit if you want to. They got a holiday to go vote. They want you to vote. You got a day off and shit. Come on now. You start to see other ways. But anyway, next question. Let's go faster.
Next is from Tyrone Anderson, 50 years old,
Hey, Tyrone.
from Oakland, California.
Oh, go ahead, California, hometown. Hey.
And he's a Democrat, and the question is, do you believe staying on the couch, not voting, is a powerful form of protest, or does it weaken black political power?
I think if you register to vote and you stay on the couch, it is very powerful. Passive aggressive thing I've learned from living in Asia. Passive aggressive is still impactful. You can be registered. I didn't say just sit at home and not be registered, but be registered and not vote. You sure in the hell can. I believe that it's time for us to teach both of them a lesson. I believe if you're going to vote for Kamala because we need the change. But I believe if you do not know, register to vote and sit your ass at home. Because they should both be finally figuring out, you know what? If we don't come together, I'm talking about them, not the people, not the followers, not the MAGA, not the Dems, not the Trumpers, those two motherfucking parties need to come together and eventually realize if we don't have a united front, it ain't gonna work. One thing I do like about the Philippines, I will say, I don't know much about it from the inside, but I do like that sometimes you have like a Republican and a Democrat president and vice president. Am I correct? They can have two different parties, right? Yeah, I do like that actually because it makes them deal with each other. You know what I'm saying? So I do like that. I don't that work in America though because we're just too much. But I want it to be more about coming together and understanding that they need to fix all the problems for us, not us fighting against them, for them, throwing our money, raising $1 billion. Come on, you guys. Anyway, what's next? Let's go. And to answer the question, I'm sorry, online real quick, where David said, if you sit on the couch, you're pro 2 votes to your enemy. First of all, I don't have no enemies. And second of all, no, if I sit on the couch, they need to earn my vote. I'm not just going to vote because I'm worried about what the other person thinks. I'm not just going to vote no. Now, I'm telling you again, I restated for the 15th time, Kamala's looking pretty good right now because she's a woman, because she's young, and because she's a person of color. That's really it. I'll be very honest. If the Republicans had put a Kamala up front, and that was now those two people, I don't know who the hell they would do it though. But if they had done that, I'd be saying the same thing about them. Go ahead. Next question. Let's go.
Next question is from Lamont Huge, 45 years old, Baltimore, USA. The question: is there a sense that the Democrat Party takes the black vote for granted, pushing more black men toward the Republican Party?
Try to look at it here. Say it. Read it again one more time. Sorry. One more time.
Is there a sense that the
screen is why.
Democratic Party takes the black vote for granted, pushing more black men toward the Republican Party?
You just heard what I said. David said to me. Is it a wire? If you sit on the couch, you're giving a vote to the enemy. That's taking my vote for granted. So I'm gonna vote just because I hate this person and he's the enemy. So you didn't have to actually earn my vote at all. I'm just gonna vote because I don't like him. So I think that yes, they take it for granted. And I think that it's going to show in the numbers because it's going to realize that great concerts, great entertainment, you raise $1 billion, but and of course you've got folks that are standing behind you that are bringing in great people to drive those people to register. Registrations are going to be high, but you still have to earn their vote. Now let me say this to you. I like when Kamala makes it about head to head Trump against her. When I like when she handles him, because I want someone, regardless of which party it is, which is why we resonate with Trump, that can handle their opponent, which someday could be Putin, someday could be any other African president or Russian president. It could be any of these people. And as a president, it could be just. I like to know that she can handle a man. She can handle the situation. But besides that, oh my God, yes, they take it for granted. They pretty much have the black vote. I mean, think about it. If you look at the things, even the things that you're saying, selling her ideas and selling her, you know what? I like. I'm a. She should double, triple, quadruple down on the fact that she's a woman, she's younger, and she's a person of color or black. That's all she should talk about. That's it. Because what we're sick of is the old guard. And Trump did represent, or does represent, I say did because now that she's in it, it diminishes the value of Trump, to be very honest. He represented a new guard of old guard, the brass, in your face, fuck everybody type guard. But now I am leaning towards her or the couch. But the reason is because at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, yeah, you take it for granted. Let me tell you real life what I mean. Everything is not about policy. I'm in this game. Politicians are in my magazines. Politicians are on my shows. The Republicans and the Democrats alike, they're both of their international organizations that work with expats and the ones that get us registered to vote, the ones that collect our votes and do the absentee back home. All the money you see in America and all that shit, even me when I was in the States doing the same thing with the politicians, like I said before, they have like $1,000 between the two of them to use to market. That's it. They use free volunteers. So you raise a billion, but you can't mark. What do you need volunteers for? What do you need? What is that? So I don't understand that game. So I think that yeah, when it comes down to it, yeah, they sure enough fuck do. And I think that it's time that it stops. And I think that if you register to vote and then you don't vote, it shows everybody. And I think that it does not give a vote to Trump or the enemy. I don't think that that's the case. I think that it shows I'm not talking about Republicans, Democrats. I'm talking about everybody, whoever you are, register to vote. And if you do decide to sit on the couch, they all will see. And now, if you're thinking that more Republicans are going to vote than Democrats, okay, then maybe Democrats need to work on that. But the issue is not, no, people who sit out should not affect anything because you did not obviously earn the vote. And you can't earn the vote by beating people up. You can't earn the vote by criticizing them. You can't earn the vote by arguing policies with me and all seeming so smart. That's where Democrats lose it. Because at the end of the day, I'm real simple. I need change. And lucky for the Democrats, they showcased change. But my vote specifically, mine, oh yeah, I can get more from I won't say it, but I can get more from other countries. I don't even vote. Because they what are they doing for me? They've never paid for my shows. They've never sponsored anything. No political candidate that I know, Republican or Democrat, has ever paid me a dime. None that you've ever seen on my shows ever paid me a dime to market them, to showcase them, to sponsor. If they do bring me a sponsor, they want money from it. It's not free. So when you say to a business guy, I represent the black guys, right? When you say to me, they haven't done shit for me. They haven't, unless Coca-Cola or someone like that or Cadillac or whoever their big sponsors are gives me money to sponsor the commercials because I'm having a political episode. They don't do anything. The Democrats and the Republicans and broad organizations have no budget. They're not paying us to talk to the expats. They don't see your vote, 10 million expats. Where do they see the value? I don't see $10 million. I don't see $10 million going to any expat organization to get our votes. I don't see a dollar for every black person going directly into the urban community, to the urban radio stations, or to wherever it is. I don't see it. But other situations, I'm not specific here, search for you to pay the ads, to put things out there. Companies do it all the time. Agencies do it all the time. But politicians, for some reason, all of a sudden they can't find black media. So no, I don't see them earning our vote. No, they have not. Go ahead to the next one.
Next is from Darnell Johnson, 27 years old,
Hey, Darnell?
from Miami, Florida.
Darnell?
Darnell. The question is, he's a Republican. The question is, how do black men navigate the criticism they receive from their community when they choose to support Trump or sit out elections?
Well, just like I'm doing it. I don't give a damn what you talk about. You can argue with me all you want, and I'm gonna smile in your face and be like, okay, whatever. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do. And I've been a Republican for over 20 years. I've been a Republican longer than Trump. I'm specifically Republican because of business. Let's not bullshit here. There were certain rooms that I could not get in as a black Democrat back in the day, in Kansas, in Missouri. Most rooms. Being a Republican aided me in getting in rooms. It aided me getting sponsorship. Now, this is before Trump was a Republican. He was a Democrat. And Democrats, to be very honest, throughout my career, have not done shit for my company. They have hurt my company, actually. The Democratic Party, all of the years I've been in business, showcasing all of them, we're friends, we're homies, we cool. But showing me a check from the Democratic Party to promote candidates, no. I don't need grants. I don't care about that. I don't like, that's not my thing. I like to do my work. I don't like to sit at a desk to see how I can get free money to do work. So that welfare mentality, I've never, ever, except for in construction, where it's required, gotten minority certification to get a contract, a deal, or a client. But most of them have. And I understand those programs are great. I understand DEI. I understand affirmative. I understand it. But at the end of the day, those programs really benefit the white companies because we know our value that we bring to the table. Now that you see the dilution of the black economic business world, because now we can go anywhere. Now we can eat anywhere. So who did diversity, equity, inclusion? Who did it really help? Who did affirmative action really help? I'll wait. I'm waiting for you to answer. You on the little chick. You in the you typing and shit. Who did it really help? Did it help black entrepreneurs? No. Remember, black entrepreneurs have to be minority certified, have 3 years bank statements, as I keep saying over and over again, because most of you guys who know here, you got business, you know what I'm talking about, to get a deal. Whereas they get black folks and minorities to do things or work for them, which brings another brand, then they get a tax break, or they get benefits, or they get contracts, come on now. All of us black guys in business have had white guys approach us to be partners just for the contract, just for the minority supplier deal, just for the tax break. We've all had that. And women, they go to you first. So I'm just saying, who is it helping? Who is it really for? That's the question I have. I think it's kind of a weird, because I really think that we forget that America was all racist before. You feel me? Like it was, well, anyway. What's the next question, please? But help answer your question there.
These questions is these are from outside the America.
Oh, hey, you guys. I'm
From
sorry, our international viewers. We in political season. It'll be over in about a month and a half. So don't worry, you guys.
this from Lewis Carter, 36 years old from London, UK.
Hey, Lewis, brother. Thank you very much. UK in the house.
His question is, why do black men in America support a president like Trump, whose policies seem to conflict with their community's struggles?
Okay, I'm gonna be nice because a lot of our clients are from the UK. Have you ever had a black queen? I don't mean Charlotte on fucking Netflix. Have you ever had one? A black king? I mean black, not light skin, not that new prince from Hollywood that you're not that one. But have you ever had one? So apparently, every black person in the UK has supported candidates. What did he say again? What was it? How do you word it? Say read the question again. How do you support a candidate? What did he say?
President like Trump, whose policies seem to conflict with their community's struggles.
All I can say is, the UK, you sound like a pot kettle on the kettle black. At least we've had, now we can say that, president who's black-ish. Another one that's about to win. Because before we couldn't say it, I couldn't answer that question. But now I'm like, no, you know exactly how, because in the UK, you can only support the Queen or the King who looks nothing like you, has no idea what you've come through. They cannot even relate. And if they do relate, you're supposed to be honored by it. Kind of like the Democrats. I'm an American, but if I get to drink from that fountain, or I'm an American if I get to choose what happens to my body, I'm an American if I get to be poor if I want and be homeless if I want, or whatever, I should be grateful because you're the one who's allowed me to have rights that God gave to me as a human, that I can go most places on the earth and experience and have those same rights. I'm not talking discrimination. I'm talking human rights. So, coming from the UK with that question, I appreciate it. However, I must say to you, fine brother, that in your country, that's all they do is support people that look and feel and are nothing like them. I should be asking you the question: how do we continue to support people? Because remember, Biden and Trump don't have my experiences, nothing. They have no idea. We're even arguing whether Kamala Harris really can identify with me. Am I correct? That's the argument. When we say she's not black, we don't mean her skin color don't look a little brown. We mean she ain't black. She ain't a nigga. She don't get it. That's what they mean. I can sit up here all day and say black Filipinos and shit, Aitas and shit, but if it came down to it, they have no idea what the hell we go through in America. That's what she means. So I should be asking you the same question, since you are the actual oldest matriarch or regal or queen or whatever the hell, whatever they call y'all, you the original. These are your cousins and great cousins, and this is your family. Trump is one of y'all. He from Scotland. Don't forget that shit. And Jamaica, come on now, how was Jamaica created again? And India, UK, come on now, you got a problem with Indians right now. Because I got a friend of mine who was married to one of those, and he talked really bad about her. So, next question, please.
Next is from Amara Davis, 28 years old, from Manila, Philippines.
Hey, Manila. Miss Davis, okay.
The question is, how can a political party like the Republicans, perceived as out of touch with minorities abroad, gain traction among black men in America?
I'm sorry, I tuned out. You say it again, please. Go ahead, Miss Amara. From Manila, go ahead. Go ahead. For some reason, you guys think I'm a Trump supporter, but go ahead.
How can a political party like the Republicans, perceived as out of touch with minorities abroad, gain traction among black men in America?
Okay. First of all, Trump and Biden are the same exact white guys that you see all over the Philippines. They are the original passport bros. Trump's wife is not American. So I understand what you're trying to say, and I'm being nice about it because you're from Manila. But at the end of the day, again, we don't resonate with the way he thinks, the way he talks, because just like you, if you're dating one of these guys, I see a lot of Filipino women dating racist white dudes. And I wonder the same thing. How do they date this guy? Like, he's obviously racist. It's obvious, especially if they're over 50. If they're over 50 and they're usually abroad out here, and this is Asia, this is not Africa, y'all. And even in Africa, 50-50. Typically, I don't care if they're American or European, they were usually kind of racist, something back home. I see that a lot. I see the way that they treat other people, black and brown people, outside of America. It's not the same. They don't do it to us as black Americans. But I've seen them. I've had to confront white guys in the malls in Manila on how they talk to Filipinos. I've had to confront white guys on the trains, how they talk to Filipinos in front of me. I've had to check white guys in my own business dealings of how they speak about Filipinos to me and remind them, I'm a nigga. I am not I'm not one of the boys. I relate to Filipinos much more than I relate to your motherfucking ass. So I have to remind them. So the way that we relate to them has nothing to do with that. The way that we relate, again, I'll say it again, is that we like men. The same as you want a real man that can protect the house. I like that he's no unapologetic. This is how it is. This is how I feel. That's how we resonate with him as a man. And let's not forget again, many of us black men followed Trump way before Apprentice, back when he was on like Home Alone, like those days. We followed him throughout his whole career. He's been around blacks through his whole career. You cannot get to where he is without being around certain blacks who were on the level and growing as well. Even though he was from a racist family and KKK, but most dude that you meet in these rich ass rooms, the same as most white guys that you date in the Philippines, a little bit of racist there, little bit. And if they're not, why are they in the Philippines? Have you met their parents? Because maybe they're running from racism and they don't want to be affiliated with their family. They got to get away. But unless they're taking your brown ass home, just saying, we resonate because he's a dude. The same way that a lot of us resonated with another Filipino president, whose name I will not mention, but ended with the E, started with the D. Because I'll tell you something. I saw the way that presidents in the Philippines handled drugs when it hit the country. And we played a video with me talking about this president, despite how America criticized him. Just recently, they criticized him. He's not even president anymore. I don't have to like what was going on to think, wow, I wish a black politician, a black parent would have came at black America like that in the 80s when drugs was killing us. We've lost Prince, we've lost Michael Jackson, we've lost Whitney, we've lost Whitney's kids, drugs. So I respected this particular president when he said, not in my motherfucking country, you will not. Because remember, just like black folks, Filipinos ain't got no chemistry degrees and chemists and shit, and they ain't making it. It's being dropped off in the communities. It was being dropped off in the communities. Same with black folks. We ain't mixing no goddamn crack and shit. That ain't us. It was just dropped off and fucked us up. So I can respect a dude, a real man. That's what it is. That's what it is. So if I can respect a real man, what happens is I can look past his beliefs and respect him. Check that out. Always sincere. I can respect it. I can sit with the racist white guy. We got a show. I need to bring up this episode we had with the racist white guy in my studio and have a great conversation. No, he's racist. Because we can talk as men. And with Trump is out of politics and he loses and he goes back to being a billionaire and gets a new wife or focus on family, whatever he's doing, you will forget about this and he'll be right back to hanging with Snoop Dogg. What's the next one?
Next is from Jordan Thomas, 42 years old, Birmingham, UK.
Ooh, Alabama, Birmingham?
Question.
Alabama?
It doesn't say here.
Okay.
Question is, people here in the UK are baffled.
Oh, I'm sorry. UK. Never mind. Got you.
Why would anyone choose not to vote in such a critical time, especially black men who have fought so hard for their rights? I'm gonna repeat the question. People here in the UK are baffled. Why would anyone choose not to vote in such a critical time, especially black men who have fought so hard for their rights?
Oh, y'all come for me tonight. Okay, you got it. They coming for me today, bro. They coming for me. David says, no, you can't go anywhere and get those rights. I've traveled all over the world, David. I've never been denied human rights. Never. Never. But about the UK being baffled, I don't know how the UK, I'm glad that you guys are watching, but I don't know how you're baffled. If Americans knew how immigrants or mixed race or black Brits acted in Britain, they would go fucking ballistic. I think that the racist, like MAGA, real Trump supporter ones, I think they probably see the UK and that's why they're fucking scared. Because the UK, if you're a Nigerian, for example, you're not just black American. No, you're Nigerian American, and you literally in the UK with a Nigerian flag. You ain't running no goddamn British red, white, blue Xen flag thing. And in UK, I could be wrong if I'm in the comments. Tell me if I'm fucking wrong or not. Because remember, I could be crazy, but you can't even put the British flag in your yard. You cannot hang the British flag from your home like Americans do. This is where American, you see where it kicks in, y'all? You see where the American kicks in. They don't give a fuck whether I'm black, white, or not. But anyway, y'all can't even do that because in Britain or in the UK in general, putting the British flag, the one that all Americans, we all know the British flag, y'all. We all know the British flag. Putting that is seen as the same thing as the American putting a Confederate flag outside. So you've actually allowed all the immigrants, they just put their whole own flag. Why do you think you don't see a lot of black British athletes and British superstars and British? Because they claim in their own countries. They only went to school in Europe, things like that. So let me say it this way. Don't be baffled. What we're sitting on the couch saying is we are not going to participate. We're sick of participating. Now, mind you, participating is not just emotions. We're men. We're black men. We're the most non-emotional, straightforward. And that's why white men and black men, we can fight. But when it comes down to it, if some shit hit the fan, I bet you want you a nigga and a white motherfucker. Because we can see through the bullshit and realize, you know what, we're not participating. It's not emotional. I don't have time to be off work. I don't have time to be in line. I don't want to pay for the gas, the bus. I don't want to answer the phone every time you call. You only call me every 4 years. The Democrats and the Republicans alike have not made voting and being a citizen and being a patriot part of the real culture of America. You're not making it a national holiday like the Philippines does. You're arguing over how we vote. You don't really want, whether you're Republican or Democrat, voter suppression's on both sides. And now it's just not niggas because you don't know where the white folks are going to vote. You don't know where the mixed folks are going to vote. You don't know where the biracial folks are going to vote. You don't know where the women are going to vote. It used to be niggas and white men. And they used to watch you where you voted. They used to vote at your company and things like that. So what we're doing is we're protesting. We're just saying no. We're out. We're taking a break. I know if I vote this way, I know. If I vote that way, I know. If I vote this, we've seen Trump won. We saw it. We tried Biden. We saw it. You know what we ain't seen? A woman who's young, overly qualified compared to these motherfuckers. And we haven't seen the couch. So that's why it's the couch or Kamala for a lot of people. And the reason they're moving to Trump, or they have moved, but I'll tell you, Kamala's going to surprise some people. But the reason they've moved is because when you compared Biden to Trump, come on, man. If these two guys applied at the fucking restaurant to be the goddamn manager, which one would you have hired? It's a job, you know. Next question. No more? Oh my God, that's amazing. Wow. We got through all the damn questions, y'all. I'm so excited. I have nothing to, I agree. David says that I'm wrong. He says that that's nonsense. But I'll tell you, at the end of the day, David, you've been your whole life, bro. Now, I'm not saying, and let me tell you this too. Again, the fact that we are even arguing and debating proves my point. What's best for America? A woman who's younger and of color is best for America. You're lucky the Republicans did not present their version of a woman of color who's younger. Because if they had, you'd be in a fucking world of trouble right now, Democrats. But if you're not, I believe, again, you should register and sit down because they need to make you get up. They got $1 billion, right? They should make you want to go vote. They should make you understand that you got to vote. They should both be focused on making it easier to vote for everybody. All these arguments and bickering that you're doing, and you're pitying me and frustrated with me and all of that, all it's doing is proving my point. That's all that's doing is proving my point. And you see, people from the UK, what did he say he was? He said he was fucking baffled. We tired, bro. 10 million of us abroad are looking at home like it's the fucking wild, wild west every goddamn week. I don't know if the Republicans, Democrats, I don't know what the schools are. I don't know anything. All I know is America has a bunch of shit going on right now. America. I know that inflation, eggs cost a lot for everybody. Inflation hurts everybody. And they want to say inflation hit the whole world. Yeah, kind of, but no. Most of the world saw inflation, but they also have single income households. The mom can still stay home. Everyone struggles. I agree with that, but we got real food. I mean, there's so many ways that I could say that the Republicans and Democrats don't seem to really care about American people. They care about money. They care about winning. They care about policies. But it's kind of odd to me that you've got a bunch of money for things like Planned Parenthood. Just saying, I've worked at Planned Parenthood. I've been to Planned Parenthood. But you don't have money for single moms, though. Single families, single couples, single dads. It's kind of frustrating. You can raise $1 billion. If you're watching from the Philippines or wherever, $1 billion in 30 days, 45 days for an election. But you got women that are with their children squatting in America. And I understand, I see the comments and whatever, but you shouldn't even be comparing yourself to the Philippines, right? You shouldn't even be comparing yourself to Ghana. How can anyone even compare America to Ghana or to the Philippines or Dubai? How? China? How? Japan? How is that possible? When you can get $1 billion just for an election, dollars. You know how much $1 billion is if you're around the world? There's whole countries that would be revolutionized off one candidates' election campaign budget in the dollars. And that's why countries are getting bad. That's why the BRICS is happening. That's why Brexit's happening. That's why all of these things are happening. Everyone's tired. So if you stop pitting us against each other, and whether it's nonsense, whether I'm wrong, whether Janet Jackson was wrong or not, at the end of the day, what's happening is we're tired. It should not be this taxing to choose what's best for our country. So anyway, you guys, I got into it. Why a lot of black men? You guys have been asking me that. I'm glad I got to all the questions today. I'm ecstatic. You guys, I want you to continue. We are supported. Sure. What does that say? We are. What does that say, Julius? What's that?
From Charles Bronson. It's a comment from YouTube.
Okay,
He
thanks,
said,
Charles.
"We aren't supposed to get money from the government."
Okay. Who's that? Charles from where? Did he say where he's from? Charles, are you out of your fucking mind? What? Who's we? I don't understand. Maybe I'm confused on who you mean by we. Yes, we are supposed to get money from the government. Who do you think builds the roads? It ain't them. Who do you think builds the highways? It ain't them. They use your money to pay contractors. They use your money to pay the teachers. Who do you think? You think that a teacher is a government worker? No. You think that all the ads at these campaigns, she got to spend all this money. You know they can't keep it, right? So the billion that she's got, you think that she's spending it on government employees? It's America. There's no government radio station, TV station. We're supposed to get money from government. Yes, the fuck we are. What do you think grants are? What do you think public schools are? Sorry, you guys. I know you're getting here. Check this out. We have a guest later, you guys. I just want to bring that up. We have a guest later. I'm excited to say, but I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. But who do you think it is? At the end of the day, yes, we are supposed to get money from the government. That's the whole point. Who do you think's catering? Who do you think's cleaning the White House? These are not all government workers. These are companies. These are companies, LLCs, C corporations, S corporations, sole proprietors, consultants, vendors. That's what the hell is supposed to happen. Oh my goodness. If you have maybe you can clarify, brother. I apologize. Maybe you can clarify. But you guys, Kareem Jacks, you guys have been live on the set. I'm going to talk a little bit in case you want to clarify, brother. I'm going to give you a couple more minutes. But let's go to a commercial really quick. Let's play the commercial. You can pick one. Yeah, we're going to close this down, you guys. I wanted to make sure it was a long show. I wanted to make sure it was 3 hours. One, we get all the commercials in. One, I got all your questions. So we did a long broadcast today for that reason. Let's play Trump again real quick. Let's play both of them. You want to play it? Okay. So anyway, no comment from the YouTube. He's done? No comment from the YouTube? No reply from that guy? Okay. They're supposed to give us money, bro. But I'm going to give you guys, thanks a bunch. Let's get this last commercials over, but I'm done. But you guys, I'm going to pay some bills, so we got to play a couple more commercials, you guys. But I'm done. So I'll see you next time, you guys. We'll get the whole thing together. Next week, we're talking about food, talking about how America's poisoning you and some things you should not do. And we're going to show you how you can fake. I got some Indian folks that have a skit that is amazing, that's great. It's a real Indian commercial, y'all. And it talks about how, or I think it's a presentation, how they can tell fake food. And of course, now that they got American McDonald's and shit, you know who they're talking about. And the way that they say to identify fake food will just have you laughing for the whole show. So get ready for that next time. And maybe do another episode of this Why Blacks Are Choosing, because I see you guys like it. Thank you very much, you guys. I appreciate it. And you guys just go get the guest in here. Bring them on in. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it.
In this election, we each face a question. What kind of country do we want to live in? There are some people who think we should be a country of chaos, of fear, of hate. But us, we choose something different. We choose freedom.
Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom.
freedom not just to get by, but get ahead. The freedom to be safe from gun violence. The freedom to make decisions about your own body. We choose a future where no child lives in poverty, where we can all afford health care, where no one is above the law. We believe in the promise of America, and we're ready to fight for it. Because when we fight, we win. So join us. Go to KamalaHarris.com and let's get to work.
I'ma keep on running cause the winner don't quit on themselves.
Hey you guys, Kareem Jackson here for Black Kansas City, you guys. This is By Black KC Show. Hey you guys, you know this fantastic, amazing, beautiful, sexy, beautiful diva, this queen, this Estelle Brooks Fit For You. You guys have seen her all over town. They implement a strict safety protocol against COVID-19. That's what got them popular during the whole COVID lockdown situation. Then from that situation, we all learned the value of our food, the value of our health, the value of our hygiene. We learned so much about that. And Estelle taught us all. She went online and changed the game for elderly, older, seasoned, professional fitness for all of us. She's a health and fitness instructor. She's over 70 years old, you guys, and she looks amazing. Her body fit toning, everyone saw this live online when she was doing it on Facebook at Estelle Brooks on Facebook, you guys. Then she went through and she showed us all. She went to people's homes. She went to her home. She went out in the community and showed us how to get fit and in shape with her boot camps and all of her personal training. She's helping others to maintain a higher quality of life through health and fitness for generations to come. That's what Estelle Brooks is doing. So take care of yourself. This is the sign. This is the sign that you've all been waiting for. Go and get that healthy lifestyle right now. There's no excuse, you guys. Fit For You is for you.com. It's right there. All of her tools, all of her packages, and soon she's going to be training instructors all around the world how to help their elderly family and friends to get in shape as well. So you guys, go check out Estelle Brooks. Fit For You is for you. She's going to show you how you can be over 70 and fine. And thanks for watching Black Kansas City, the By Black Kansas City show. Kareem Jackson live on the set, baby. Go get healthy.